It's stimulating, mind-expanding, safer to use than alcohol. It's
the Little Boys Room podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Little Boys Room. Pam's guesting.
Hi.
Hi.
Wow, that is so more direct than what we normally do.
That was a beautiful entrance. Thank you.
Straight and to the point. Yeah. It's Friday the 19th.
Don't tell them.
They need to know. They got to know.
It's 5:45 a.m. because I need to do this podcast early for some reason.
What? Before the crows. I don't have Red Bull or Celsius, but I just spilled a bunch of liquid over there.
Right onto his laptop.
No, I didn't. Fuck off.
What even is that? Why is it just trying to look like Monster?
Because it is...
It's an all-natural energy, right? Because it's CoQ10 and branched-chain amino acids.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Creatine.
creatine.
Ah, she knows about them branch chains. I work... Pam's been on here before. I worked with Pam at Sprouts. She worked in the vitamins department, pushing homeopathic fucking fake bullshit.
That's not regulated by the FDA.
Buy
at
this
all.
water. This water works.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Pam talked to me yesterday about what we're going to talk about, and I think this podcast is going to shape up to be kind of serious and depressing.
Yeah.
So before we start,
Perfect.
No, we should just ease into it.
before we start, I was trying to explain to Ambria, and you might know the answer to this because you're black. There was
That's still going on? She's still with you?
I was going to say, Pam, yes, you're still black.
I was like, no.
That's what I thought you meant too, and I was like, wow.
So I was trying to explain to her this style of music video that went on in the late 90s and early 2000s. And I found the artist who would do it is Busta Rhymes. He would do that sped up motion, crazy fucking,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? You all know it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not crazy. But on...
Or they would always do the ones where it's like a tracking camera backwards and they're walking towards it.
Yeah,
and shit's happening in the background. Yeah.
Or the fucking fisheye lens, too.
Yeah.
It's that
Mhm.
same
Missy
shot and
Elliott
there's a
had that
fisheye
shit.
lens.
and then
Yeah.
it's just Ja Rule moving towards the fisheye lens over and over.
Yo, speaking of fucking Ja Rule, hold on, wait. What's your guys' favorite song from that era? Like that 90s, early to the 2000s, bops. Straight smackers.
I don't know.
Probably Shaggy.
All right,
Yeah,
fair enough. Bet.
Anytime it's on, I'm like, fuck.
Mine's a thong song by Cisco.
Oh my god.
And there are so many people in that video. Ja Rule is in his fucking car.
Oh,
just
really?
chilling. Yeah. There's a scene on the beach where Cisco is about to dance with his crew. And there's a shot of Ja Rule, and he has his arms splayed out, trying to hold the crowd back, yo, watch out! Cisco gonna dance! It's fucking great.
Sorry. I was turning it off and it went on. My apologies. So Ja Rule was holding the crowd back. So
Yeah, Ja Rule was holding the crowd back, turning his phone off, yet he's still touching the screen. It's crazy how your phone can work when No, turn it off.
No.
I want to see the screen off. Give it to me.
It's like you're in
Give it-
school.
God.
Wait, so yours is
But yeah.
thong song?
Yeah, and
I
I'm
don't
pretty
think-
sure Method Man is also in that
I don't think
video.
I've even listened to that song in...
Let me see that.
I don't even know.
thong.
Since it was on, I don't even...
Really? It goes.
I like Zoom Zoom and the Boom Boom by that one guy.
That's first off. That's like the early 90s.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Get your fucking error right.
He's like a white guy.
It is though, right? And
Yeah.
he's doing a weird Jamaican accent.
Yeah, and he's from Canada and shit. Yeah.
Busta Rhymes.
Same thing
also,
about Informer, I guess. That was another thing. He was a white guy. And he was just doing this really weird Jamaican accent. Everybody's like, I don't understand.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Really? That's so... Me and Herb just talked about this. Yeah.
Informer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm trying to think. We went on a tangent that night of just watching videos. You know what I realized? Sir Mix-a-Lot's seminal classic, Baby Got Back, has a very like I wouldn't say doomy, but like the bass line is way too intense for the song. And I heard it and I was like, that's like a bass line you'd hear in a metal song.
Is it?
Like it's like the game Doom.
I'd have to hear the song.
Yeah. Like I was playing on
Because
that.
the noise you just made didn't match up to
So,
my head.
I was like, wait.
Boom 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 boom. Right? That's
I can
that's
picture the
riff.
whole song now.
Right,
Brandon.
right. But like those notes, if you played them aggressively with a little bit of skill like me, like I know you couldn't do that because you have hams for hands. So you just have to leave that up to me.
Like how I just let that one hang there for a second.
Yeah.
But no, okay, late 90s, early 2000s would probably be like that Ludacris song.
Oh, that one came on too.
Yeah, and like the whole music video, some going into the club and stuff.
Sing it, Alex.
I'm not singing it.
No, sing it, Alex.
I'm like, he had, I don't know, like, Ludacris had a couple of.
Ludacris had that one
Is it- is
album
it-
cover.
Is it just "Get Out of My Way" or is the song title actually
Move, bitch.
Yeah, there you go. Do
Excuse me, I burp.
Disgusting.
you remember when Exhibit was a big thing and he wasn't just known for like fucking people's cars up?
We talking
No.
about those all worked, and there's no issues with any of the cars.
Have
But
you ever like read accounts from
Yeah.
people who are on the show?
Yeah, and,
It's
like,
so horrible.
They're like, oh yeah, that didn't work, and my insurance shot up. And
So like,
Jesus
what
Christ.
they would do is they would take their fucking cars and their pieces of shit, and they'd be like, "Oh well, you got a fish tank in your dashboard now, but your engine still sucks." So
It
Yeah,
would
exactly.
die on their lot.
yeah, and then the other thing is they're taking people with shit cars who can't fix their cars, so they're like low income people, like college students trying to do shit,
and like
Yeah.
ethnic.
and they're like, "Give me your fucking car for 6 months."
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, the
I-
whole show is Exhibit has like gone on record and been like that show was fucking dumb.
I remember there were some where they just had to buy a whole
new car, right?
Mhm.
Because the guy had a car like I remember when he had a car fused together. It was like
Yeah,
an old car,
I remember that. Yeah.
and they were like, yeah, we can't fucking do
I
anything
don't
with
think like legally they couldn't like release that back.
Would those people get paid to be on that show,
I don't
or
know.
was the car payment enough?
The car wasn't payment at all because they didn't fix fucking issues, Brandon. Hey, do you remember any episode of Trick My Ride where they're like, "Hey, we put a new engine block in"?
Now that you mention it.
I can remember one episode where they were like, "We put a new engine in because like your old one was just not working."
I would love to have a show where it's just average folks who go to the mechanics and they're just like, yeah, I just need an oil change, but it's like they go through each. Yeah, so his car required an oil change. So what we did is we put that pencil 50 SAE 40W in that shit. It was dope. And then it cuts to them doing the oil change.
It's just super like
It's
normal.
Like, it's like do 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 do.
Yeah.
But then Exhibit comes out every 5 seconds.
What songs did he do?
I don't remember. I don't remember any song titles.
Do you remember the old memes of that show? Yo, we heard you like Batman, so we killed your parents. Yo, we heard you
Oh,
like this and
yeah.
that, so yeah. That was
Yeah.
Pam, do you know the band Tool?
I know it. I don't-
Right. Do you know of the dude Maynard James Keenan, the lead singer, the front man? He's also in A Perfect Circle.
No, let's just say no.
Okay. Well, among his fans, would you say he's put up on a pedestal?
Oh, like absolutely.
Not like at his behest or whatever the fuck you want to say. Like his
His fan base is rabid.
it's basically like Dan Harmon. He's the Dan
Okay.
Of
Harmon of music. Yeah. His fans are shit and he's just like, yeah, I'm all right, I guess. I just want to do my shit.
Yeah, no, that's honestly his mentality.
Right. I could not see this for an entire week, so I have to talk about it as a form of catharsis. Apparently, Justin Bieber
Oh, I read that.
posted like lyrics,
To a Tool song?
yeah, to the pot. It was like for like the first part of the verse, the first verse,
Right.
Mm.
and someone brought it to Maynard's attention, and he wrote #bummer. on his Twitter, which is fucking funny. And I guess Justin Bieber's wife, which I didn't know was fucking married, like just tried to go in. She's like, wow, you got a fan and you're gonna like spit in his face. You must be a really sad person. You must be really angry.
She does not know who she's talking about.
I know. I was like, you dumb person.
So, Pam, for clarification, for years I've been saying that Maynard shits on all of his fans and he hates all of us. I've been saying that forever because like it feels like that. Like he will shit on his own fan base if he feels like doing it.
And you guys are just like, yes, please, more.
Well,
Pretty
also,
much.
no. Like, there's a certain
You're
kind, like
no.
he loves me. Like, there's the kind of fan that is at the show, drunk as fuck, just screaming Maynard for any band
Oh,
that he's
yeah.
in.
It's my brother.
Right, yeah. So this is what she wrote. He expressed he was a fan of your music, grew up listening to your music. You must be unhappy with yourself that you want to make people feel small who express their admiration for you. Very childish and hurtful thing to do. I hope you find security within yourself. Sad place to be.
Yeah, I read that. I was like, okay.
And if you know him, like all this shit just fucking missed.
He's like, whatever.
He matrix dodged that shit with fucking zero effort. Yeah,
Did he respond to
Yeah,
it?
did he? I didn't see
I
that.
don't think so. Which he's not going to. He doesn't have to. There's
I don't
nothing
think
to
he
address
cares.
there. But I feel like that's the template to call out any person.
Is Twitter?
No. Like what she wrote. Like the whole like you must be unhappy, sad,
Oh,
childish,
yeah.
blah blah blah,
Well,
X Y Z.
It's a fallacy, right? Because you're painting a picture of someone and then you're attacking that picture of them,
Yeah,
assuming that that's who they are. That's definitely what everyone does in arguments.
something like it. Yeah. But I saw at least one post of that every fucking day. You know what I realized too? A lot of music sites that like post stories, they're shit. Alt Nation, Metal Zone, like they all have these fucking clickbait titles,
Oh, they're the worst.
and they're like, Maynard fucking took a shit on a fan, and it's like Maynard went to the bathroom. A fan was also in the bathroom, and that's the end of the fucking story. It's just like, what? Like that's
Isn't
not.
that a reflection
Well,
of
no.
pretty
Because
much-
Tool's like super sensational, right? Because like they have this crazy fucking fan base, and them as a band is super withdrawn and super like I don't know, like they're just super discreet about whatever it is they're doing. All their fans just want more,
Right.
So of course they're just gonna put out a bunch of bullshit and be like,
Right.
ooh.
I always see shit like.
It was like Prince back in the day when Prince was like, "Oh, the internet's gonna fucking end, and I'm gonna take all my music off."
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tool is also known for not having their shit on streaming. Excuse me. On streaming sites.
Oh, okay.
But last week they put their demo up for like I guess a few days or a day. And I listened to it. I actually saw that demo on
It's the one
vinyl.
with the dick wrench, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like those tracks and bonus tracks. What the fuck's going on?
Brandon broke the computer.
No, it's fine. We're good.
So, why is this podcast going to be dark and depressing?
I don't know. I mean,
because Chris Pratt had a T-shirt on. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah.
No.
People freaked out.
Wait, before we get, is this going to be the whole episode?
Chris Pratt, yeah.
Pam,
He's-
did you listen to our last episode?
I got about what is it?
Halfway through.
A little bit, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you talked about your asshole a whole lot.
that was the whole hour.
I didn't
mean,
think it was that much.
maybe it just felt like it because
It was
like,
so deep. The talk, I mean.
I mean, at first I was like, oh, it's kind of like a joke, and I was like, I don't
He's going in.
I don't think it's a joke. And I was thinking, like, does your girlfriend like, oh, thanks for shaving your asshole, or does she just like?
No,
not-
her face is like never near my ass. It's a personal thing. I feel better about myself.
Well, I mean, like, okay, well, like, so you don't like lay around naked or something?
No.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
Look, it's for myself, Pam. Okay.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
When he
Self-love.
rubs his fingers down his gooch, he doesn't like to feel hair.
yeah, he likes it to be. Like,
He likes it to be smooth, like those racks that bowling balls come out of. He just wants his shit to glide.
and I got to the part you guys were talking about, the busting the nut or pounding or something like that.
Oh my.
That's like
the argument.
a little more or a little less
Yeah.
than half.
Yeah.
Halfway
Yeah.
through.
But the reason why is Bagel Guy. There's another video of him on the internet, and I don't know if I sent it to you.
You
or
sent
not.
it to me, but I didn't watch it. Is that when he's on like a show or something?
No.
Oh, there's another.
It's him.
one?
It's him recording, and it's like a hooker,
What?
and she's like refusing to fuck him, and they're like in a parking lot, and it's like snowing, and she's like, "Can you just take me home?" He's like, "You're just a hooker. You're just a fucking hooker." So he gets in his car and locks her out, and then just drives off. And then he does the thing where every asshole does, where you're in an argument with your girlfriend, you like circle back to like drive by him again and be like, "Fuck you."
Sounds like some shit Zach would do.
Yeah, it's horrible. Bagel Guy is not.
Are you sure it's not staged and fake? Because
It doesn't feel like it.
okay. Anyways, Chris Pratt.
It's a
wearing
whole
a shirt.
episode.
Yeah. I didn't read what some like the thing that I saw, but I saw like folks are upset at Chris Pratt wearing a shirt, so I looked up Chris Pratt's shirt and pictures, and he was wearing a shirt like it says there's like an aged American flag, and it says "Don't tread on me," and he's walking down the street with his girlfriend or some shit, and they're all saying it's like racist.
Yeah. Like people are saying, I'm not saying I agree. They're saying because it's used as like a term for like black people or something like that, like it being like racist. And,
Well,
and he's like, well, no, it's just like an American code. I think it's because like maybe like the Trump supporters made it like,
well, it's kind of a right wing,
yeah,
and I don't want to like, but it's definitely a conservative thing. It's a Southern thing. The "Don't tread on me" that started in the South. It's the flag with the snake on it. It
Yeah,
says
right,
don't-
right.
Yeah, that's
but
a Confederacy thing.
his shirt just had the words and an American flag.
It doesn't mean he's like
No.
he's like black people don't tread on me. Like
So I looked it up. That was actually the one with the snake. That was actually like the first flag associated with America. It was the first flag that the Marines used. I forget what they refer to it as, but it's like the dude's last name.
Right.
He was from South Carolina. It was made during the Revolution. And more recently, it's associated with the Libertarians and Tea Party.
yeah, there you go. That's
And I think they're sometimes viewed as like right leaning, so that's where it gets the rap of like, oh, fucking conservative people. But
I mean, I will say there's a lot of times when I see like redneck looking dudes, they will have something that says "Don't tread on me." I'm
oh
like,
yeah,
that fits.
Yeah. Well, I want to say they do that just because they agree with the idea of like
Don't impede on my life.
government shouldn't be in my life. Don't
Right.
tread on me.
Right.
But this goes back to like shit being in context. Like can an object be racist, or is it the situation that object's in?
right.
Like is a shirt racist? Granted, if you wear a fucking swastika shirt and like some black folks being lynched on it, like it's a racist shirt.
But what? I thought that was just like,
That's just culture, baby.
No,
that's the
fabric's objective, man.
yeah, that's shit that just happens. It's fine.
But yeah, like I don't think Chris Pratt is racist. I don't know the guy.
I think he's probably under heat though, also because like he's like a hunter. He grew up on a farm. He's like
Oh, is he?
Part
Yeah,
of that weird Christian church that's in like
yeah,
LA.
he's like conservative. I'm pretty sure.
But I think he just tries to still be like the lovable, like fat guy that's not fat anymore, but also a superhero that everyone likes. But I think he's a little conservative.
Oh, he absolutely is.
So are all conservatives bad people?
No,
Absolutely not.
but that's not how what we just said isn't how everybody views it.
Right.
So
That's how they should, because we
that's
think
the
superior.
issue. Right. I've never seen a "Don't tread on me" thing and been like, oh, that person's racist.
Right.
I just think like,
But you do kind of feel that with the Confederate flag.
that's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has more weight to it.
there were wars about it. We won wars over this.
Yeah.
They still talk about it though in the South. It's like
Yeah.
a huge fucking deal still. I'm like, why?
I saw a video of like some, I think, Florida home or
Go.
some Florida or Georgia home where they had like the Confederate flag up. So the news station like just decided to interview him. Like, oh, why do you have the Confederate flag up? Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, because we won the war. And they were like, no, you didn't. You lost the war. They're like, what?
That's why you can't buy people anymore.
Right. Or actually, I don't think it's because of the flag. I think like they had a bunch of lawn gnomes and like they just happen to have a Confederate flag up, so they're like, "Oh, what's the flag for?" It's like, fuck.
There was someone on a podcast, black man.
Interesting.
Fuck, what's his name? Hotep Jesus? Have you guys heard about him? He's the dude who walked into the Starbucks and was like, "Y'all are racist and I need coffee."
Right.
He was saying on a podcast that, like, how do you phrase it? Like, the slave trade was like fabricated, kind of. But his position was like black folks brought themselves to America like by themselves because they were that advanced technologically. And like some slaves were brought. He conceded that. But like majority of the number that we're told like were here already.
What?
I know.
I don't understand.
I fucking know.
So,
Basically, he was saying that.
how would you describe him in one word or one phrase? Does Uncle Tom kind of?
difficult to understand? No, he's
It sounds like he's almost like defending the white people, being like, "Well, they didn't bring him over."
No. That's not what he's saying. He bashes them a lot. What
Okay.
his position is that when people say that they were brought here as slaves, he was saying you take away that people's not independence, but their ability to like do shit for themselves when they were advanced as fuck. I mean, he was saying like, Egypt. I'm butchering his
I was like, I don't
position.
understand what he's saying at all.
Is he saying that they were like sci-fi-esque advanced, or how advanced are we talking? Like they were going through metallurgy, like how advanced?
like that they had ships and they could sail and like they
I
were
don't
a
think
culture.
so.
I was like, kind of, but not like that.
Isn't it widely just understood that like wasn't it like the Dutch that came over and just started hauling slaves in mass
Pretty
numbers?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys know like they found Egyptian shit in Americas, in like the Midwest and shit, like pyramids and sites.
Oh. Do you mean Egyptian pyramids or more like Mayan,
They
Aztec pyramids?
found like mound type shit, but I think when they look at it, it looks Egyptian.
Oh my god, guys. This mound of dirt in the ground.
It's like, I don't know what
Is
that
this from fucking Egypt? When they find it this year?
No. Egyptian findings in America. Pre-Columbian trans-oceanic contact theories. Lost civilization in the Grand Canyon was Egyptian.
That seems too good to be true.
Those kind of jive with my theories of like there being a civilization before.
You fucking jive turkey.
You want to let me talk?
No.
And not just fucking throw slang out because Pam's here and you're trying to seem cool. You
No.
can't use
Jive.
You said jive. It's not
yeah,
like I
but
just,
not in
it's
the
like I
sense
just
that
came out of that.
yeah, but not in the sense that you used it. Jesus Christ, you just threw this whole podcast in the fucking ground, Alex.
Egyptians were in America, and they lived in the Grand Canyon. I swear.
When the Smithsonian discovered an ancient Egyptian colony in the Grand Canyon. No, there's theories that there were civilizations before, like, we think there were. Like, the Sphinx has been dated to be older than, like, 12,000 years or 9,000 years or some shit. And that coincides with evidence of a global event of catastrophic proportions that like fucked up all our shit.
Well, I was saying Pangea, right?
No, it's not Pangea. Like the continents were where they are,
Okay.
but some shit happened, fucked us up, and
Yeah.
then we began again when we thought we did with
Pangea
Mesopotamia. The retribution. Yeah, no,
Pangea 2, second wave.
but yeah, I would have to like rewatch that interview just to see what his point is, but like when you look at it objectively, like you can kind of see what he's saying, but when you look at who it comes from, it's very
weird.
It seems very conspiratorial.
Yeah, did he cite any sources or anything?
He's cited some people. like professors and stuff, but like 2 or 3. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
crazy guy.
I mean, when he's citing the professors, though, is he like saying, like
he was saying like he read the works, and like they also believe that too. Like he's not taking shit that they found and then using it to like make his own view.
And their point is like the civilization was more advanced, and they made it to America, or their point was
they made it to America at one point.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hold on. Let me look up slaves weren't brought on slave trade.
Okay, cool. I feel like that's a rabbit
I'm
hole.
sure Google's gonna be like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
I'm on a list. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking look this up right now.
Yeah, no.
I'm so yeah.
It's interesting to hear a different perspective, though.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying I agree, but it's interesting because like you just assume like, oh yeah, they were just brought here. Like they're all brought here, but you have some dudes saying that they were more advanced than what we've been led to believe.
And then they brought themselves right into slavery, I guess.
No, that's not what he's saying.
Hey guys, this is a cool country. Work for you for free.
You know what it was? I think there were
Pangea.
black folks there already. And then they were enslaved in America, and then some were brought also. Some shit like
what?
that. Like
So you're saying there was already black slaves in America?
no, they weren't slaves yet, retard. They were black people living in America because they traveled there because they had the technology.
Okay.
Along with slaves who were also brought from Africa.
How would they even develop that and like have the ability to...
Are you saying that black folks aren't smart enough to build ships?
There were
because that's
tribes
really
at that point.
fucking racist.
They were fucking tribes at that
Apparently they weren't. Apparently they weren't, Alex. How dare you think so little of the black man? How fucking dare you? Pam's right here.
point. As a black man.
As a
Pam.
black man,
male.
yes.
No.
That's just weird though. Like I would have to see anything to support that. There's never been any findings of boats or...
I'll send you some shit, but I also don't think you're up on African archaeology to find boats, you know?
Well, Brandon, I'm not the one that has to find the boat. A smart person has to find it.
I'm saying you have to find
then...
the evidence. I'm not saying go Laura Croft that shit.
Well, I'm about to now, though.
His short shorts and the fucking double gun.
Double pistols.
Yeah. Fucking this past like 2 weeks, there's been like fucking 4 dead folks in San Jose.
Really?
Well, 3. There was a Monday. It was either this Monday or last Monday. Some chick in a SUV hit 2 bikers. One died. One was hurt.
Where did that happen?
South side off of Capitol Expressway.
Did she do it on
I'm not sure.
purpose?
No, she was pulling out of a lot, and I guess she just didn't pay attention. I think she was trying to make a gap and just didn't pay attention, see him, and just fucking whacked him. And then I saw the other day an old Vietnamese dude on like the Evergreen side was killed in a home invasion.
Oh shit!
Like I think he or someone called the cops about breaking and entering, and then when they came, he was dead. And then just last night, I saw police were doing a trespassing sweep on the Guadalupe River and found like a dead female body in the river.
Wow.
Busy week.
I was like, wow.
Busy week for me.
I was like, wow.
For you. Home invasions.
They needed to die.
Cleanse the earth.
But yeah.
That was super uplifting. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon.
All right, Pam, take it away.
So how do you guys feel about the Area 51 stuff?
I'm there.
It's my favorite meme.
They're really good memes.
It's hilarious shit. I didn't know about it until Herb, my husband, just in case you guys didn't know, he tagged me in the invite, and I was like, what is this shit? And I was like, this is funny. I was like, sure, I'll go. But then yesterday, did you see that the U.S. government released a sign saying like basically, hey, dumbasses, don't trespass. Like you can't But like celebrities are like, oh, we're going, we're doing.
But they can't kill us all. Who says they're going? That's a celebrity.
I don't know if there's a bunch of photos of like celebs with like Snapchat words like, "Oh, I'm in," and like a bunch of stuff like. But I can't tell if they're real or not.
Like it's like Danny Trejo or something. So
Danny Trejo,
Trejo, yeah, or something. Yeah.
You can't fucking stop Machete.
The Office people,
like Pam and
like Rainn
Jim.
Wilson and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the Sunny guys.
Hell yeah.
I think Keanu Reeves at one point might have done one.
They would let him walk through. They'd be like, "Sorry, Keanu. We'll give you your aliens back."
My favorite part about it is like the tactics where it's like, all right, first we have the Kyles go in from here, and then we have like that's
Naruto one.
Yeah,
The fucking anti-vaxxers or suicide bombers. That's the best.
And then the guy that created it, he's like got all it like snowballed, and he got all nervous that the government was gonna like
You fuck him up.
and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like the authorities were gonna show up to his house, and I was like, "Oh," he's like, "I was kidding." But now I think people are like, I think some people are actually gonna go though.
I think some people are actually gonna go.
There's gonna be a max of 300.
Yeah,
That's the cap.
I saw some memes where it's like a person from the future talking to someone from our time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, the the Area 51. Oh, the Area 51 massacre. The what?"
Those time travel memes with that fucking song and like the blue, they're so bad.
It's all little kids doing
The
it
fucking TikTok memes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What year is it? Oh, 19. Oh, the Titanic? Like, yeah, we're sailing. Well, good luck. It's so dumb. It's so fucking stupid.
I can take about 5 minutes of TikTok. I can't.
I hate TikTok.
Unless they're really, really good bad, I can't do it.
I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I can't.
Really good TikToks are really enjoyable, but a lot of them are just like,
What the fuck?
It's kind of like replaced Vine.
no, it absolutely has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except every social idiot has just been like, "Oh, the whole TikTok?
TikTok.
Let me make a TikTok where I don't line up with the words."
TikTok. TikTok. TikTok.
And then like, oh my god,
TikTok.
all the ones of the guys
TikTok.
where they're like trying to look attractive.
TikTok.
Stop.
That's pretty much what
TikTok.
TikTok is, though.
Can you shut the fuck up now?
No, which guys?
TikTok. Should have
Sorry.
saw that one coming.
Go, Alex, go.
But all the one where it's like the guys where it's like, "Oh, you're with her now?"
TikTok.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
And then like the next frame is them, like,
you what you're missing.
yeah. And it's like guys, but like their idea of like the sexy frame is always like, "I have a leather jacket on now," or like, "I'm wearing a cowboy hat without a shirt."
Or it's always the like squinty eyes and
What a
like
f-
the
what a f-
fucking the lip shit.
What a bunch of fucking tools.
Yeah, so bad.
I can take that. Okay. And then did you guys hear about the Trump rally?
Where?
Where they're like shouting, "Send her back."
That happened like yesterday or the day
Who?
before.
Send who back?
So it's the representative out of Minneapolis, Elon Omar.
Yeah.
She's an American citizen.
Can you get a little closer?
Sorry, yeah. She's a.
Talk a little louder. Can you be more interesting?
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
No, sorry.
She's a representative from Minneapolis, and she's from Somalia, but she's an American citizen now. And she had talked about a couple days ago, criticized Israel and our involvement in it, and a bunch of people got all pissed off, even like liberals. And so, plus she's like they hate her anyways because she wears like her
She wears her parka
yeah.
in Congress. Is it a parka?
No,
A parka is what you wear when
Like
it's
a ra-
raining.
it's
a burqa.
I can't. Burqa.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
burqa.
But there's different names for different.
like,
Oh yeah, for the level of how much it covers up and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think for like the cultures and shit and
yeah.
countries.
So so she wears it. So yeah, they were talking about her, and he like mentioned her or something, and then they started shouting, "Send her back," like to Somalia.
You know, at that point, like, sure, you don't control what they said, but you're at a fucking like stand with a mic. Like, you can tell them to stop.
He went on after to say he didn't agree with them chanting it, but he was openly criticizing her as they were chanting it. So like,
Yeah.
clearly he was on board with it.
Well,
So
that must have been his goal then, to rile them up and get them all.
So they didn't just start chanting this for no reason. Like a few days ago, he like there was 4 congresswomen like Alex Acostrio.
Yeah.
Another
AOC.
Yeah, AOC. Her, so Elon Omar, and then 2 others who aren't white. And he was like, well, if you don't like our country, go back to where you came from.
What the fuck?
But they're
Like 3 out of the 4 are born in the States.
fucking.
And AOC was born in New York where Trump was born. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't, like, what are you doing? So after that, that's when they started doing the send her home, because now it's like a xenophobia thing.
Yeah.
it's really interesting that that's kind of dominated the news, but like the stuff with Iran is kind of crazy right now.
Yeah. Or it feels like there's like false flag shit.
We all fucking
going on.
it's all cloak and daggers, man. Every time something's actually happening, he says some
Mm-hmm.
crazy fucking shit to get everyone off of it.
Like literally, like the stuff in Iran happened. Well,
What stuff? 'Cause I'm-
Sunday, like so the Strait of Hormuz. It's so basically.
Yeah, wasn't there some oil thing that got taken or?
But it's been going on since I think it was like March or May or something like that.
Yeah.
Where, so as soon as like our talks, we put out the 2015 nuclear deal. Iran's been like really pissed off at us. So this and the UK, so they keep accusing of like people of stealing oil, or people the tankers are going missing. Like,
Who's accusing who?
Iran? Well, it's back.
Iran, the country, is accusing
It's back and
pirates.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like they shot down our drones. We shot down their drone yesterday, and like the price of oil is going up, and
Jesus Christ.
and Iran like, oh, we were answering distress calls, but tanks are going missing. So all this has been happening, and then something happened major on Sunday with that, where they were like, oh, we had to kick this tanker out because they stole the oil illegally, and then the Trump rally happened, and then that dominated the news pretty much. And I
Right.
was like so I went to like the
Wait, Iran, the country, had to kick out an oil tanker, like not accept it because it was stolen?
they said the oil that the tanker had was stolen. Like they took it from Iran.
Right, so
Who was-
they can't accept the oil, otherwise they're liable.
Who owned the oil tanker?
It was UK.
So the UK was sending Iran oil,
No, they were taking oil from Iran.
and they wouldn't let it leave because it
Yeah.
was. Oh,
But
okay.
why all of a sudden is it still? What does that even mean? Like?
Yeah.
They're getting it from the same place every time. So
Yeah.
Right.
why is it now stolen?
So we're right back to oil wars, everyone.
Like it's crazy. But so like that was happening on Sunday, and then the rally happened. It dominated the news. So I was like, well, what's more popular right now? So I went to the New York Times, and the big story was the rally. And then also Fox News is the rally. You had to like kind of search for it a little bit
Right.
for the story on Iran. And I was like, that's kind of a bigger problem.
Is
absolutely.
anyone reporting on that mainly the Iran story?
I doubt it.
Oh.
It's all sensationalism.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things he does is he always says crazy shit because he knows Fox News will just focus on that, and that's where all of his followers get their information from.
Mm-hmm.
So it just turns into like that's all he does, and he doesn't care because that's all anyone's gonna focus on.
It's fucking nuts.
Like if you've ever noticed any like major world events are happening, and you look at Fox News, it's always like some like bullshit that doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is, I think the liberal media plays right into it as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when I was telling Brandon a while ago, when the government was shut down, all everyone wanted to talk about was how he served fast food to the football players.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. Well, the different kinds of fast food. But and so both sides, that's all they talked about, defending him. And the other side was reporting how stupid it was. But they didn't talk about the fact that the government was shut down.
Right.
And all the Democratic people went to a big party in Puerto Rico for the Hamlet opening. That, of course, is all comped, and they had to go through the TSA, which they're working for free, and they're going to go have fun. And the government shut down. But you had to, like, search for that. And I found it, like, on a website called Politico.
It's called Breitbart. I don't know. If you
People
guys heard of it.
Magazine. No,
Do
Politico.
you guys know Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro.
Politico. So Politico is so you have Fox News. Politico is more like moderate conservative. So I make sure to read all of them. You have to. I feel like, because otherwise you're just getting one.
And it's all opinionated now.
Yeah, and the thing is, you have to know your personal bias. So I think
Yeah.
once you know your personal bias, you can be like, okay, am I annoyed by this because it's actually something to be annoyed about, or
Yeah, or because of where it comes from.
exactly. And so I go to those websites to kind of just be like,
Right.
if I find like hidden gems or whatever. But
Now, so on the subject of kind of the sensationalism of everything, have you followed anything about the Epstein story?
Yeah, I was actually reading about that quite a bit. That
it is
story
fucking insane.
just fucking nuts. It's a crazy.
Jeffrey Epstein was one of those guys, and then he was friends with Trump back in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
and Trump would go with him to these parties and stuff, and Trump tried to deny all, like, accountability, or, like, I didn't really know him that well. There's a bunch of
Bullshit.
photos and stuff. But the thing is, they would go to this private island, and they would just, like, fuck children, pretty much. It was, like, a bunch of child predatory stuff.
Yeah.
But the part that got me was Jeffrey Epstein's plane was named the Lolita Express.
Oh no!
I was like, oh, fuck. Like, how do you can't defend that at that point?
No.
No, and when they like searched his penthouse in Manhattan, he had a passport with a different name on it,
Right.
and all this money. And they're like, "Well, why do you have a different name if you're not up to any illegal activity?" He's like, "Oh, I have it when I travel to places where it's more Muslim based because of my last name, and it's for safety since I have all this like money." You're like,
Doubt it.
No, that's not why. Yeah, that story is disturbing because the thing is, like, he already had gotten in trouble
Right.
back in like 2005 or something
For
like
the same shit.
with a high schooler or something like that. Yeah, and so first off, he got all of his money. He's one of the people that helped invest the company that owns like Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is a shareholder and all that stuff. So that's why that's where all his money comes from. And he is he has like he'd hire girls for massages and then just basically
Right.
you pay him anywhere between $200 to $1,000 to like do stuff for him. And yeah, they were underage, all of them. He had his like assistants help him do this stuff. Some of his assistants slept with the girls, like women on women, basically, and he would like watch and yeah, it was
Real weird.
yeah, it's creepy. The thing is, yeah, he has Trump ties, right? So 2002 New York Magazine, Trump talks about what a great guy he is and how much fun he has with them, and he likes pretty women like him. like to hang out. But also Bill Clinton has ties to him. Did you know that?
Right. Now, here's my big issue with it, though, is that every time I ever see this get brought up anywhere, everybody's like, what about Bill Clinton? It's like, nobody, like, I'm not defending Bill Clinton, but that's not what's being, like, examined right now.
That what about shit, like, so dumb.
It's always what about Hillary or what about
It's
Clinton's
like like, sure, yeah, they're also, like, you can talk about them, but we're talking about this right now. So let's narrow the focus because you can do that to anything and negate any conversation. Just because there's another person who did the same thing does not mean we shouldn't talk about what we're talking about.
Right. So more in the line of like, you know, Bill Clinton would fly privately on his plane a lot, and obviously was the same circle as him. But the thing with Trump too is all that stuff happened a long time ago. So does that make it more comparable or no? Because he's the president right now.
I think.
You know, like that's a weird like.
Repeat that. Sorry.
So it's like, you know, Bill Clinton used to do that, used to hang out with him, and Trump used to hang out with him.
Right.
But is it a bigger deal for Trump right now because he's president?
Oh yeah.
And so it lessens Bill Clinton's because he's not really doing anything
in the
anymore.
limelight,
Well,
yeah.
Clinton's also fucking about to die, and our sitting president was.
Bill Clinton's about to die. Is he about to die?
He looks bad.
I think he's like a vegan now. And
Who, Bill Clinton?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
He just fucking seems really bad.
All those nights on Soul Train really got to him.
Well, like where
Playing the
where
saxophone.
was he at? Where Ariana Grande performed? He was just like staring at her, and he just like looked sick. He looked like a ghost. But speaking of this pedophilia shit, do you guys remember Pizzagate?
Oh yeah.
Apparently that shit's like legitimate. Like
Legitimate how? Like what are the sources for it?
Brandon, what the fuck do you mean that's legitimate? Like Pizzagate's legitimate?
yeah, like
yeah.
pizza's a real thing. Slices of pizza, that
I
shit's
swear
real.
to God, that better be your actual point of view on this.
No, I think there were some emails that got leaked, and there was like code words being used that like were suspicious as fuck. I'm trying to find them right now, but they were like shit like, yeah, the hot dogs were a little bad last time. I'll be sure to bring some fresh ones. Shit like that. I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it.
And what's the implication here?
That there is
That hot dogs are children?
Well, yeah, that there's code words for things and that there's a pedophile ring, I guess.
But how can they prove that if it's all just code words?
Because what politicians talk about fucking hot dogs and pizzas in emails?
But my point is they could be talking about anything, though.
Hot dogs at a party, though?
I
think the way it was phrased.
I think to see all that and then the code words and stuff and realize that they're speaking in code is like really fitting it to your point on it. If you're like, well, they're talking about child pedophilia, clearly. It's like, well, you have no idea what they're really talking about.
I think is WikiLeaks credible?
I don't know.
You can't. I don't know if it's closed form how it used to be, where they would only leak information. I'm not sure anymore.
Because I think there's these things called the Podesta emails, and I can search through there, but I don't know what
Hillary's
to search.
emails. Yes.
Well, yeah. From what I'm seeing, John Podesta was on her like campaign thing or some shit.
Yeah.
Weird, Brandon. You have such a controversial opinion with no facts to back it currently.
I feel like he's full of that today. Slaves.
Weird.
Black people just, enslaved.
Weird. There just seems to be almost no information to support your claims.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it right now. Sorry, I'm trying to like steer this podcast in a good direction while you're just fucking.
Oh, in a
hitting
good
my
direction,
jewel.
huh? In a good. Shut the fuck up.
While he searches for that, Alex, I am curious, right? So he wants you to do your comedy routine that you have, and you refuse, which I guess is fine.
I don't have one.
You don't have like any like little like bits, like little subjects that you don't have to like do them, but, like no subjects of like things you think, oh, that might be funny to create something around. Like you've never thought about that?
No, I mean, I guess I do, but like I don't have anything like written out, so like I wouldn't have any way to like make it a joke right now.
Work it out.
I'm not.
Just
not
on the
working
side.
it out, man. Come on. No, I mean, of course, there's like some stuff that like I do think is funny that you probably could make bits about.
Okay.
But I don't have anything like planned, like formally to be like, so I want the bit to start like this, and then I'll go into the punchline, then joke, and then punchline. Like it's I don't have anything in writing.
Oh, okay. Like no like subjects or anything.
No, I mean, so like one of the so I'll say this, like one of the bits that I've always liked and that I've always found funny that I think I noticed was so how long have you been dating? Or are you married now?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay, sorry, married. So does Herb ever do the thing where like if you're about to walk into a street or you're about to walk into something, he just grabs your arm really quickly and moves you instead of trying to explain what's happening?
No, because he's not heroic whatsoever.
Okay.
No.
So I did some.
I would do that to him, to be honest. He'd be like, oh, thanks.
Okay, right. So it's like the thing where like you're walking down the street and they like about to step in a traffic or whatever, and you just grab them and move them so like they don't die. So like I do that all the time with my girlfriend, and I've done it for years. And one time our friend Aston, former little boy, he did it to me, and I was like, oh my god, are we dating now? Like. Like he like stopped me from like stepping in front of a car, and I was like, "Is this what it feels like to be a girlfriend? Like this is weird."
Okay, I get you doing that. That could work.
Right.
Yeah. Like for me, like seriously, once you get married, I don't know if it's a woman thing or a couple thing. They really want you to have a baby. Like they're serious. Like it's just, I hear it almost every day.
Oh really?
To the point where like. I was like, okay, I can get.
That's all you're good for now.
Pretty much, and I'm to the point where I was like, I can let this irritate me, or I can find funny ways to like deal with it.
Right.
So I was like, I'm just gonna, I just like wrote out like little funny stuff that like I've encountered just to like help me like get through it, to like laugh about it and think about it when it happens.
Right.
But that was probably the closest thing I ever have to like a bit. Like I had his aunt, her reasoning for why I should have a baby was basically, from when I'm old, I have someone to take care of me.
That's not a good reason to have a kid.
And she was dead serious, and I was trying not to laugh because I was like, "Oh, you're serious?" She's like, "Well, you don't want to be like my aunt and uncle. They didn't have any kids, and now she died, and he's alone, and we have to take care of him."
That's
Jesus.
a pretty selfish reason to have a child.
I was like, yeah. I was like, so I told her, I was like, so I should have a kid, so when I'm old, they can take care of me. I'm like, what if they put me in a home? She's like, well, at least they put you in a home.
Jesus, that's like being, hey, you should have a kid so like when you have your own house, you have someone to help you clean it.
Right? I was like, that's not really the reason I should have
a kid.
Yeah. Or the other one was like, oh, well, you should get a pet, and if you can raise the pet, you can, have a baby. And I'm like, first off, raising a dog and raising a baby is two different things. I don't know why couples like to pretend
like they're the same. Yeah.
It's not. First off, when your kid's not going to die every 12 years and you're going to get a new one. It's like the top one, right? I mean, but I'm just like, you could be a great pet owner and a shit parent. I've seen that so many times.
Right.
So I was like, that's a horrible example. I was like, and they don't like the fact that I'm usually a woman saying, I don't really know if I want kids. I don't know if that's something I ever.
Oh, I'm sure like drives them insane.
Yeah, they're really like, what? I'm like, I found like it eases them if I go, oh, well, I might want to like foster to adopt later on, maybe.
Right.
But the idea of any type of child, I'm just like,
yeah. See, it's kind of opposite for me because I've been dating my girlfriend for 8 years. It's actually 8 years tomorrow.
oh,
Yeah. And we talk about having kids and stuff a lot, but like it's never me. Like, oh, I want kids. It's always her. She's like, oh yeah, we should. I wouldn't mind and stuff. We're just trying to get her degrees first,
right.
and then we'll have our kids and stuff. But like, she said something the other day because she just got her degree, so now she's going for a master's.
Oh, nice. And what?
Child development.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants to be a professor.
She wants to develop them childs,
Yeah.
grow them.
Right. But like she said something like she was like, look, I'm on birth control. I also have my degree. If you come on me and we have a kid, I have a degree. It's fine. And I was like, what?
Oh.
I was like, that's not how that works. I was like, this is a trap and we're never having sex again.
Yeah, I was like, that's a crazy comment. That's awesome. I would be like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, with me, it's also like at this point, it's like, yeah, I guess, but
You had kind of a crazy upbringing, though. I'm surprised you want kids.
well, I've always thought, my opinion on kids, and I always tell everyone this when they're like, why would you want to have kids? It's like my chance to like
Do it right?
right.
Okay.
Do it right. Fix what I had wrong in my life or teach them not to be like me. But then unfortunately, I might just make them exactly like me.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, my childhood was...
I think you're like, I think the fact that you're self-aware of your childhood and like the crazy shit that went on,
Right.
maybe it'll help keep you.
Yeah, it at least shows that I'm aware that,
Yeah.
hey, this isn't normal.
Normal shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's in child development, so.
Yeah, so my joke is always like, if we have a kid and we try to have like any disagreement about how to raise the child, I'm never going to be right because she literally has a degree in being like, no, this is how you're supposed to raise your child.
Though
fuck.
you do find like those people who have like some fucked up kids or like they have issues and their parents are always like a child psychologist or a
Right.
doctor because sometimes they can't like
Apply it to their own life.
yeah because it's different. One's a job, and
Right.
other times they're good at it. But yeah, it's I don't
Yeah, no, she'll be one of the good ones. But there are people who do go into those fields just because they needed a field,
know. Exactly
right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there's a bunch of people in Chad, I guess, in her department, they call it Chad, who like just hate kids. And it's like, why are you here?
Yeah, why are you doing that? Yeah, so I'm thinking no on the kids as they get older. And my sister has my nephew. I love my nephew. And people are always like, oh, does that make you want? I'm like, no. If anything makes me want kids less. I love him and I can hang out with him, but I mean, it's a lot of fucking work.
Right. Yeah, me and my girlfriend are like obsessed with my niece that my brother had 2 years ago.
Aw.
Yeah, just like adorable. But the thing is, she's a really good baby. Like, she never cries and she doesn't ever like freak out, and she's like really happy and will talk to everyone. So like it's really easy. So like when you hang out with her and you're like, having a baby would be nice. You don't think about like,
You get a kid like Brandon
right, what if I have a kid with calic, or if I have like a kid with like,
who lights himself on fire.
yeah,
And
a fucking idiot.
yeah.
I have nightmares sometimes about having kids with like disabilities. And I'm like, ugh. Not because like, my kid's a retard, I can't have this kid. It's just like that's gonna be like such a hard thing to deal with, and then like you have to adjust, and then their life isn't always gonna be great either.
And then you have to like think about like when you're old, who's going to take care of them?
Right, because that's a lifelong thing you have to take care of.
Yeah.
Unless you don't vaccinate them.
And then they'll just
Shit.
weed it out. That's
Well,
that's
Brandon,
true.
the vaccination is what gave him autism.
Exactly.
Fuck, you're right.
It's funny about that though. Working in vitamins, I get the crazy people like that where I'm just like, I don't even.
Oh, because they're trying to fix. They're trying to fix the black lung with vitamins at Sprouts.
I'm not kidding, and it's like, or I get like stuff. They're like, it's like a crazy ingredient they have issues with, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with glycerin? What? I don't understand. Like, isn't that coming from a vegetable?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or like they take silver, which is supposed to have I don't know. It helps like, I don't know, get rid of germs and stuff.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't really know if just to take a lot of silver. That's not really.
Yeah, silver's like poisonous in like
Yeah.
certain contents.
But we have like dilutions where you can buy it. People take it for immune health.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like,
What? That's some bullshit. My kid has polio. Do you guys have a lot of silver? I think that helps.
yeah, I don't know. I get crazy stuff. Or I have people who like want to give their kids things instead of ADHD medicine, which I get the issues with it. Sometimes there's like red flags you like start to listen to, or like if you're giving your kid a product that's supposed to calm them down and it hypes them up, that's usually a sign of a mental illness,
Right.
like bipolar disorder. And you're just kind of like,
when your brain produces like the incorrect chemicals to reactions to things.
Yeah, so
it's a sign
I've
of a-
encountered that, and I'm just like he's like, I don't know why it doesn't work, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not allowed to like say anything like that.
Right.
But in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, you need to take your kid to the doctor because there's.
Take your kid to a psychologist. It's not a real science either, so it's fine. I'm sure they believe in psychology.
They believe in balancing and
Chakras.
and lavender relaxing you, and that will fix all your problems. Lemon balm.
Okay, so like I saw something the other day where it was talking about this, and like I realized like I agree with both sides, but like I believe like some herbal remedies can help with some things.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like to a certain extent, you have to start using medicine, otherwise you will fucking die. Like
Yeah.
that's how that works.
My thing always is like, if Eastern medicine can cure everything, Western medicine wouldn't have been invented.
Right.
So you kind of need a little bit of both. And I do get guests where doctors are a little bit more open-minded and they'll like suggest some herbal remedies for certain things,
Right.
On top of the medication that they're taking. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Other people are just so anti-doctor because they've had bad experiences or they've read stuff like online or on
Right.
Facebook. And I'm like, that's not a real there's no evidence backing
Anything
it. Yeah. And it's really hard for me because they think because I'm working in that department
that you're like an expert.
or I'm automatically thinking like the same as them. And I'm not. Like, I suggest stuff where I can pull up medical journals and be
Right.
like, what did they study? What strain was it? This is what I
Right.
suggest you try. But people just go in and don't even know what they're looking for. Oh, my neighbor literally suggested I take chamomile for my inflammation. Where's that at? I'm like, that's not
what works.
That's not even. Where did they get that from?
Do you have any rosemary? I'm just gonna rub that on my open wound.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Stuff like
Or-
that.
Yeah, because rosemary is one of those things, and you're saying there's a joke, but it's one of those things you can use it for, like, in a combination for athlete's foot. You
Right.
can make and so people, it's stuff like that where they think, are you really looking for Pizzagate this hard? You were like,
Yeah, you haven't even been a part of this conversation.
I mean, like,
Yeah, it's fine. It's going better without him.
yeah, this is a deep, deep dive.
But yeah, no. Herbal remedies can only do so much, and then you have to admit that, like, if you get a fucking staph infection, putting a leaf on it might not help.
Yeah. Or they think they can just take a vitamin or a superfood. And like, don't get me wrong, I like the section I work in. It's interesting. It's fun. I like helping people out. But there's limits where I'm like, I'm not a fucking doctor, guys.
Right.
Like, I'm not allowed to say this is going to do this.
Right. So that's what I was going to bring up. Like, are you legally not allowed to recommend stuff because otherwise you're liable?
So there's so like working in vitamins, it sounds like so stupid, but it can be super serious. We can get in major trouble if
Right.
I have to use proper wording. Otherwise we can get fined or I can get in trouble. Like if someone
Right.
goes, oh, I've got honestly diarrhea. What's going to cure my diarrhea? I have to say, oh, these magnesium pills, they're not, but these magnesium pills will help support in aiding the diarrhea. That's how I have to
Right.
say it. Because if I say it all, like, oh, this will fix it, this will get rid of it.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's setting proper context and proper expectations.
Otherwise, like, we can get in, like, major trouble. So
Right, because when I worked at Apple on the phones and everything was recorded, if you said something wrong, like, if you go to the store, they will replace this, or, like, blah, 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 this will fix this, and then it doesn't work it, and that person gets a few $1,000s in free comp stuff because of it, it's a big issue.
Yeah. See, yeah, it's the same thing. But, in vitamins, they want to treat you like a M&E doctor.
Right.
And the section is super specialized, and sometimes that's why you get paid a little bit more in it.
Right.
Because you have to know, like, all this shit. But it gets tricky because people do press you. Like, they want you to give them
A definite answer.
and I straight tell them, like, I literally have to go sometimes. I'm not allowed to. Sorry, I can't tell you because I'm not a doctor, and
Yeah.
it's I can't. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, I can go. You know, some people have said their doctor has suggested this, but you still need to consult your doctor, and it can get crazy. Other times,
Yeah, no, I think they also said the same thing when I worked at a Walgreens. If anybody ever asked anything in terms of like medicine or anything, I can't be like, this will help you. I can just be like, you know, if you look it up, this is what I found to be recommended, but I
Yeah.
can't say that on behalf of the store.
exactly.
Right.
So
Because you can't tell someone like, this is going to fix your herpes. And then like,
Yeah.
they come back and they're like, I'm suing you for $1 million.
yeah, and sometimes I'm just like, you should go to a doctor's. Like, people want like all natural remedies for like lice. I'm like, no,
Right.
fucking get the chemicals on that shit.
Right. And these are all lessons that like these companies have learned over and over again the hard way. Like they had to get a few lawsuits in before they're like, we need to not word things this way.
Even then, they still get in trouble. So you can go to the FDA's website and type in any like supplement or vitamin brand and pull up anything they've ever been fined for like packaging issues, and stuff still comes up. It's tricky. And then like Eastern medicine is a little different than a vitamin, so the labeling is different. It's like all this shit. It's like weird. And then you like go to their websites for like education and learning, and then all of them are like, oh, this is going to help with this, and this does that, and other companies do this. And you're like, okay, well, every company always says that they're not going to be,
Right.
they're the first to do this and the first to do that, and
Right.
to cure that. And I'm like,
But then I've also learned after taking some mass media stuff that there's loopholes in that because they don't specify anything about it. They just say they're the best, but they don't say in what. Because if they specified what they're saying they're better than, other people will sue them.
right.
It's all loopholes, man.
It's crazy, yeah. And yeah, people think, yeah, because it's a natural medicine, it's less like big government or big business, you know?
It's all regulated.
Not
hopefully.
necessarily regulated, but they don't realize a lot of these companies nowadays are owned by big business.
Right.
So, like, these businesses got smart, and they started buying all these natural companies.
Right.
And so I'm like, technically, you love that brand, but they're owned by Nestle. They're owned by Clorox.
You like getting your medicine from Pepsi?
yeah, pretty much stuff like that. It's pretty funny. You're like, okay, whatever.
Brandon looks really distraught researching Pizzagate.
Shit's fucking weird. This shit's fucking weird.
Do you want to share it
Yeah,
on this
please
audio-based medium?
So there's you know how I said there were like keywords?
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, asterisk, allegedly.
So hot dog means boy.
clearly,
Pizza means girl. Cheese means little boy. Cheese means little girl. Pasta means little boy.
okay.
Ice cream means male prostitute. Walnut means person of color. Map means semen. Sauce means orgy. So if you go on these keywords, like
They are like saying some weird shit.
shit seems weird, but that's also like it. Like there was,
Read us one.
yeah, go ahead.
hey John, we know you're a true master of cuisine, and we have appreciated that for years. But walnut sauce for the pasta, Mary,
Pause.
please. I fucking swear to God. I swear to God.
That's so weirdly
swear to-
phrased.
But
Start
what-
that over.
Hey John, we know you're a true master of
Pause.
cuisine.
Fucking weird.
We know you're a true master of cuisine. We have appreciated that for years. ... But walnut sauce for the pasta, Mary, please tell us the straight story. Was the sauce actually very tasty? Love all the podestas from Steyer's. Cheers. And this is weird because like
So what does that break down into? A black boy boy orgy for white girls?
Walnut sauce for the pasta. Walnut, person of color, sauce
Orgy.
or orgy for the pasta, little boy.
That doesn't make sense though.
Unless they just make him do weird shit.
Yeah.
What's this? This is one with his wife, which seems really weird if she's involved.
Okay. Hey, women can be pedophiles too. We're equal now, okay?
Yeah, no. Oh, wasn't there a story
Yes.
about a teacher
Yeah.
recently? Yeah.
Yeah, women teach all the time. I don't know.
I was talking about that with Derek about like I was just trying to like what is in it for a girl to fuck little kids.
Like, why would I want an experienced 13-year-old
Right.
to not know what to do with my vagina?
I
I'm
think
good.
we concluded
No,
that
thanks.
it's like a power thing, like the same with why guys do it. Like
Yeah,
they want
yeah.
the control. Anyways, this
Why
one's-
do you do it?
I like the challenge.
The challenge.
Just kidding. This one's fucking weird. It's titled cheese. The one I just read you was titled the titles are really weird too. This one is titled walnut saucing. Walnut sauce ? ing. Right? Right. Black orgies.
Okay.
Black orgy.
Right. So this one's called cheese. Mary and John. John Podesta and his wife. I think you should give notice when changing strategies which have been long in place. I immediately realized something was different by the shape of the box, and I contemplated who would be sending me something in the square-shaped box. Lo and behold, instead of pasta and wonderful sauces, it was a lovely, tempting assortment of cheeses. Yummy. I am awaiting the return of my children and grandchildren from their holiday travels so that we can demolish them. Thank you so much. I hope you and your gang are well. I miss you both. Best wishes from Fro, a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Herb. P.S. Do you think I will do better playing dominoes on cheese than on pasta? The fuck does that mean? What the fuck does playing dominoes on cheese or pasta mean?
So I will agree that these are code words,
It's fucking weird.
but the thing is, I can't.
There's
I absolutely-
nothing saying that it's with pedophilia, right?
Right.
But Epstein, friends
Right.
with Clinton, Trump.
Brandon, you got all the facts, man. You're coming from all the angles.
There's some more.
Africa.
There's
slaves.
fucking-
America.
Brandon, you should go to that pizza shop with an AR and try and free the children.
This is worded really weird. And first of all, why are these politicians talking about fucking dinner? I didn't know old folks used email this much to like communicate like, oh, train's late, I'm on my way home, blah blah. Like that's what texts are for, right? Like there's this one. Are you home for dinner? Hope all is well with you. Look forward to seeing you. Mary, yeah, but a little late-ish, like 8:15. Great. Change of plans. Trains are canceled. I am on a Vamoose bus getting into Bethesda around 4:30 or so. I had to move a meeting to the house at 5:15. Then I'm in a conference call until 8, blah, 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 blah. Although I'm happy to cook, she says, travel safely and see you there. I am thinking pasta with kale. Like, shit like this, like, why are you emailing that?
Well, that's how old people communicate.
That's fucking
I'm also
weird.
sure their jobs require them to look at their emails a bunch, so it's just easier for them to use
always
emails.
on it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
honestly,
guess.
have you ever seen an old person's phone? The text is like the entire phone
Yeah.
because it's giant.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm
all right.
just sure emails are easier.
All right. So that's our ice and case wiper. Oh, all right. So
Wait, what did you just say?
he sent a picture. There is a picture sent. So that's our ice encased wiper and
Oh.
taste of the traffic we're in. Suffice to say, we will not make it tonight. I am sad to say. Have to settle for the pasta John gave us at Christmas. Really sorry to miss. Stay safe was the reply. The next reply is, we made it home. Going to make a tomato and olive sauce for your olive pasta.
Okay, these are I agree.
It's fucking
They're
weird.
definitely code
It's
words.
weird.
But I don't know what
It's
they're
code words, but
I
then to
don't know.
also say, like, I'm going to use that little boy I got in June, so I'll see you later. Like, that doesn't add up, in my opinion. But
Sex dungeons are a thing, Alex. You can use.
then all these people should have their houses gone through and see if there's a fucking sex dungeon with a bunch of little boys in it from
But
June.
I'm sure they got fucking shit
Do you
paid
think
off.
do you think they're labeled on their foreheads?
The
June.
date they're stamped, last used, checked out. It's like a
best,
fucking lie.
best used by December of 2020.
All right, there's one title. Oh, okay, that last one was called Our Drive. The one that's called Cheese.
As you're saying this, I am thinking though, when this was first discovered, and it's obviously code words, right?
Right.
Whose thought was it automatically? Oh, it's pedophile. It's pedophilia. This is code words for. It's like why was that?
That's been a long theory. Is
Right.
that
But that's what
politicians
I'm saying, though.
prey on young folks. There's ones that go deep that like they use it to stay young. They use their blood and like shit like that.
That's what I'm saying though, is that like
I don't know
I
if that's
get
true though.
I can admit that these are code words, but like to say that go automatically to pedophilia and be like, look at how much this adds up. It's just like it's really fitting a narrative.
Right. But also look at Epstein being friends with Clinton, being friends with Trump. Like, I don't think... did you see the pictures of Biden being really handsy with kids?
Oh, all over, yeah.
Yeah. You should, like, it's a common, like...
That doesn't mean
Trope's not the right
pedophile.
word, but I know. But it's weird. It's fucking weird. There is a weird thing with politician and upper echelon folks and like youth and kids. There's always been. I think like
yeah.
I don't know. But this one, fuck.
Like they're clearly code words, but like it could also be code for something else.
Right.
What do these people do for a living?
They're politicians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and true.
Like on Capitol Hill, or
Yeah. Bethesda is DC. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So this is the subject is called Comment on Podesta. Comment is the place of the pizza shop where, like, right? Great show, great speech, because I guess he does a lot of fundraising there, which is really weird. Why the fuck would you
I don't
fundraise at
know.
a pizza place?
That's weird.
Raised over 40 grand.
It's just an average Joe.
Great show, great speech, raised over 40 grand. My only regret is that I did not make you a nice pizza. When can I? It's just weird. It's fucking
I was like,
weird,
Are
man.
you hitting on me? Why are you? That's
That
weird.
it's fucking weird. I don't like it. The walnut saucing is that's what fucking got me.
That's such a nice way to say a person of color. I'm like, oh,
Me-
I'm
me-
a
me
walnut.
and
My little walnut.
Like, oh,
Me
thanks.
and Brandon are just going to be talking in code now. Brandon.
The menu for Tuesday. Do you know what pasta you're doing? See you tonight. Like why? Like what? What the fuck? What the fuck is all this shit?
Brandon, I had a lot of fun last night, but I missed the part where the walnut was put inside of another walnut. When can I get your olive sauce on my walnuts?
I'm trying to skim through this, see if it's good. They talk a lot about dinner, but that's probably just a politician.
Yeah,
thing.
it's just them being old.
Okay, why you do that? What are you doing for your anniversary?
Tonight we're going to go up to that nice restaurant up in Mount Hamilton. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Oh, this is fucking weird. Hold on. Wait, sorry, go.
It's this restaurant like up Mount Hamilton, like before you get to the observatory, where there's like a deck,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's overviewing the whole city. So we're gonna go eat there. And I think before that we might go to Round 1 at Eastridge and just like
Oh my god,
play
that
pool.
was my first date with her. Was at round 1.
Right.
I thought I was special, and then I realized he took all his little bitches there.
We've never been there, so
I mean, if you like Japanese arcade games,
right.
it's great. You'll see people playing Dance Dance Revolution, and they'll have their towel and their water bottle, and they're just fucking going for it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we'll go out to dinner.
All right, shut up.
Okay, go ahead.
This one,
It wasn't about him for about 30 seconds, so he had to retake the conversation back. So let's focus.
I
up
let
for-
you guys talk while I research the fuck out of this shit because Alex was like, "You're making unsubstantiated claims.
See,
You're just talking."
He did it just in spite of me.
Yeah, and I found shit. This one is from Gabe Podesta, which I don't know who his relationship is to John. But it's a long thing. My flight got moved up, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going to be here, this, that. Can't wait to see you in less than 2 weeks. Can't wait to see you in Baltimore. We can have late night pasta. The fuck does that mean?
Late night pasta.
Why would you specify late night pasta? What the fuck is that?
What's pasta code for again?
Little boy.
We're taking a
Late night
Late
little
little
boy? What the fuck, dude?
Late night little boy. It's our new podcast.
It's our new nighttime edition. This is fucking creepy. I'm on a list now for sure. Cause I'm on. Watch. I'm gonna be arrested in 6 months for some shit. This one's called cheese.
He's like on the Roseanne Barr
Yeah.
thing right now. He's just taking.
It's fucking
I said the beach was white.
walnut sauce ? This might be more of that first one. Oh yeah. That was the first one of the reply.
Hey there. Love to see you in 2 weeks. Can you put sauce inside of boy? Thank you. Like it's
Wait. All right.
Was that-
so this
is that
was
what was
the
written?
this was the hey John, know you're a true master, blah 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 blah. But walnut sauce for the pasta. Mary tells us that part, right?
Right.
It looks like it got forwarded And then this John Podesta said, "Ha, Jim has no idea what he's talking about." Like,
What?
yeah, like what the like? What? I don't fucking like it.
I think you don't like it because every time you hear one of these words, you're thinking it's child pedophilia. In reality, they're probably talking about some political shit, and they just can't say it over online servers.
Late night pasta could be like late night bugging a hotel room or something. Like, I don't know.
But why would someone who's like...
Why would someone, Brandon, who's in government use code words?
No, fucking do that. Hold on. Forward walnut sauce. I looked up walnut. Keyword walnut.
Shows up 5 million times.
See, fuck, all this fucking HTML. Jesus Christ. I'm not reading that. Plugging in.
Should we go
This
to
seems interesting.
Should we go to that pizza shop and be like, "Hey, do you guys have any walnut sauce?" Hey, does your guys' sauce have walnuts in it? Just like really push the walnut.
Okay, this is someone to the Daily Beast, and someone was CC'd. Hey, John, I completely understand why dinner at your home did not include someone like me, who's a known quantity to Clinton campaign veterans, but I want to make an appeal for an early opportunity to get myself and the Daily Beast political editor, Jackie
Why are you
Kutcherman.
so fucking burpy? What
He's always
It's
like
these
this.
drinks. To get this person on your radar so we can write and report knowledgeably. There is a long campaign ahead, and I'd like to establish a line of communications. Is there an assistant I should go through? I look forward to working with you in parentheses and maybe getting some of that pasta and walnut sauce dish.
What if, honestly, what if the guy just makes a really fucking good walnut sauce
And they
that
just-
like
and
nobody
there's-
else makes?
I've never heard of walnut sauce.
and they just
though.
carb load and just eat pasta all day long.
You can put walnuts in pasta
So
sauce.
pasta is little boy. So pasta and walnut sauce dish. So pasta and walnut sauce
is
black little boys.
black.
I've decoded it.
Oh my god.
I'm in.
Brandon's cracked the code.
Okay, I have to stop. This is fucking bad. Pam, what is your take on black little boys?
I don't really like black people, so
It's weird.
kidding. He said, "I'm like Uncle Ruckus."
Can you send me walnut sauce recipe? Thanks, Tony. That's the title. Can you send me walnut sauce recipe? Why is
That's the thing. If it's a code and you're trying to make it like a real thing about food for the code, walnut sauce isn't a thing. So why couldn't they say marinara sauce?
right?
Like
Use like an actual
like. Otherwise, you're just kind of like, if you're saying walnut sauce, I immediately am thinking, well, that's not
right?
a real thing. So this has to be fake. I don't know.
Oh, this is a This is another reply to that walnut saucing thread. Walnut growing Northern California surely knows and celebrates walnut pasta sauce. That makes no fucking sense. Actually, what surprises me is that we haven't already served it to you. It's amazing linguarian dish made with crushed walnuts made
not
into a
A
paste.
fucking thing.
So stop being so California. What the fuck? This one's called Finish Strong.
Have you ever seen a dick pic?
Have I seen a dick pic?
Have you sent one?
Yeah.
Like, was it to a girl you were dating or someone you were with?
Oh, I've seen one of his dick pics before.
Like, I always think to myself, because I've gotten them unsolicited, just
Okay.
right.
Could never do that. It feels too weird. It feels too weird to just send it.
It has to be like
It has to be someone who
understood.
you're talking like that's not the first thing in someone's DMs that I've sent. I've always like talked.
I was literally,
But they always do eventually get it.
Yeah. Well,
and you know when you send that, right? They show everybody, right? You're cool with that.
Snapchat saves it. I don't give a fuck.
Brandon has a decent sized penis. I don't think it
My
matters.
dick is something to behold.
That wouldn't
The
be,
world
that's
must
actually,
see.
It's actually not surprising. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, whatever.
It's where all the confidence
Yeah,
comes from.
exactly. Was it big dick energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Huge penis force. All right, I have to stop with these fucking
Yeah, please
emails.
do.
I fucking shit.
But so you're okay with just like knowing that if you send a dick pic, it's going to be shown to a bunch of people?
Because every dick pic I've ever gotten, I just show everybody.
Look at this little Vienna sausage. Okay, I guess it wasn't funny. Thank you.
I was thinking like, no.
That's been the podcast.
I
Thanks.
was thinking like none of them were small. I think maybe that's why they felt the need to send one. I was just having a casual conversation. It was just like boom, next text, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, see that
Like,
so
okay.
abrasive.
it needs to be worked in. But I have a feeling guys do that because they get off on like the surprise part of it, like ha ha.
I was
It's
surprised.
like modern day
Day
flashing.
flashing.
I was just like, oh, okay. Well, we're just gonna show everybody I know.
I'm gonna fuck. What's it called when you send the shit on the iPhones?
Airdrop.
Images, yeah,
Oh yeah.
to like a TV in a fucking cafe.
Oh god.
No, have I told the story about the time I saw your dick pic?
I think you told it on here.
Yeah,
because I don't think Aston was there,
Oh,
so you
okay.
told it for
right,
him.
right. But there's one time we went to a friend's house, and Brandon, my girlfriend, and then our friend Kimberly are all sitting on the couch in that order. And I walked behind the couch so like I can go behind my girlfriend.
I was
to,
also
like,
hall as fuck. Disclaimer. I
yeah,
was
we
high
were
as
all
fuck.
really high. So like I was trying to like go behind the couch to walk towards my girlfriend, and I look at Brandon because he's just on his phone like this. And I think it's that thing on Instagram where when you hit like new photo, it shows like your most recent 5 photos
right,
or
okay.
whatever, or like it went to the most recent one.
Yeah, like I think I accidentally
like,
went
clicked
to
on
like
it?
post some shit and like it was the first. I sent my girlfriend a dick pic.
Right. But like
Why? She knows what it looks like.
That's how you keep a
Hold on,
relationship
Pam.
fucking.
It gets more
hot.
interesting. It was through the pant zipper. Like he just
Oh.
unzipped it and put it through that.
It's not.
But the more impressive part was I was like, is that going to his knee? Like what the fuck? So then like
It was out of frame.
If I ever saw it, I'd be like, no, thank you.
so
Put
then
that away.
right.
No.
So then he did that, right? But then he didn't know that I saw because I was behind him. So just like 30 seconds, I was like, Brandon.
No, I think since I was high it was a delayed reaction, so I realized what happened, and I knew you were behind me too, so I like closed it really quick, and I heard, "Hey, Brandon." I go, "No, no." I'll laugh for like 10 minutes. So fucking
Yeah,
good.
because like, oh, that's right. You like scrambled to close it. And I was like, hey, Brandon.
No.
So then, like, we were laughing for like 15 minutes. Just we couldn't even say anything, and
Yeah.
everybody else in the apartment was like, what's happening?"
It was like a sitcom moment. It was fucking great.
No, I think that was when you were first talking to Ambria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, no,
okay.
it was fucking that was fucking funny. That
Have
was
you ever
really
seen a dick pic?
Mm,
You've been with your girlfriend for a long time, though.
FaceTime, never dick pics.
good. You FaceTime your dick?
Yeah.
Dick time?
Yeah. We used to. I used to live.
Oh,
100
that's-
miles away.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So like every once in a while, I'd be like, "Ooh, show me your titties." You know how it is. Yeah,
I
and
don't.
pictures are just weird. I don't like having them on my phone. So like even with my girlfriend's news, I delete them. Like because I'm not saving them on my phone.
I can say Herb's a classy broad, and he's never sent me a dick pic. And I'm like, I'm actually with you. You're not okay, fine, whatever. We're married, but I know what it looks like, so
Yeah, why does it matter?
I don't need a picture.
I mean,
Yeah, like, if I sent
sometimes
a-
you need to like spice some shit.
If I sent a
up.
dick pic to my girlfriend right now, she'd be like, "And?"
And I'd be like, what does that mean? You want like head later? I don't. What do you?
Why is your pinky through your pant hole? What's
What?
going
I
on
don't
here?
know. I just want to be like Brandon.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good.
Wait, how many dick pics do you think you've received just over the years?
Oh, like 3.
I was like, wait, you're. So the same person sent me unsolicited each time, like 3. And
He would just keep going for it.
yeah, I don't know why.
Talk about shooting your shot, man.
Shooting something.
Yeah, he was a fuckboy. I mean, it was whatever. That's the whole
Right.
thing. Actually, he's one of the reasons why I had to change my old phone number because he wouldn't leave me alone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you ever like?
I ran into him at Sprouts one time and
I
ran.
think you talked about him at work.
I had to run away. Like, I hadn't seen him in like 2 years, and he lived in South San Jose, where I knew him from, and I was early morning at Sprouts in Santa Clara, and I'm fucking walking to the back, and like I passed the aisle, and it's one of the things where he looks at you and you look at, and I was just like, I dashed to the back, and I was,
as you just hear footsteps, Pam,
and I was like, oh
Pam,
no,
wait,
no,
Pam.
no, and I had Kelvin's brother. I was
Yeah.
like, I need you to go back out there, and I need you to look for this person. He's like, oh, I think the coast is clear. And then Melissa and Scam was like, yeah, this guy was searching up and down the aisles, like looking for someone. I was
That's
like,
fucking
oh
weird.
my god, yeah, it was.
Did you ever like sleep with the guy or like?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Didn't you date him for a while?
Okay, let's not call it dating.
Okay, well, yeah, you had a relationship of
brief.
sorts.
I mean, he was nuts.
Fling.
Nuts. He's nuts. He's
Yeah.
nuts. Yeah, and has like a metal band and. It was a
Yeah.
mess.
Metal band, huh?
Mm.
What's the band's name? Let's plug
I
him.
don't know if it's any good. I think he keeps changing the name. Are we just gonna like bleep this part?
I think it's Kelly the band.
No.
Yeah, we can.
No.
We can bleep it.
it's like what is it? It's I don't know, here at the end or something. I don't know. He constantly changes the name of the fucking, which means it's not any good. So
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
that's exactly what that means.
exactly. Just
We need a fresh start.
keep changing the name. Yeah, he was. So I got him from him, and then this guy I was like casually talking to, and like I was like, oh, this is getting kind of flirty. He's kind of into me. I was like, okay. So we started talking, and then one day I was talking about piercings or something, and then he just sent me a dick pic in the middle of the conversation.
Did his dick have a piercing?
No,
Oh, it's not even relevant.
no, it's just a. I was
So like if a guy sent that and you said nothing, like does he send like a follow up text like saying like
that was meant for someone else.
no like so what'd you think or or it's just fucking empty air?
no, for me, because I'm like, whatever. I'm like, are you jacking off right now? I was like, what are you doing? Like,
We're talking. How disrespectful.
no, I was like, what do you? Yeah.
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
I just ate some spaghetti.
Oh,
What'd you have for dinner, Pam?
I'm like, why are you? Okay. I'm like, is this a sexy conversation? I'm getting nothing from that, but okay.
That's fucking weird. Yeah,
I can't imagine doing that.
all of my dick pics were in context. Like,
Show me your dick, and you're like, okay.
yeah, okay.
You show me titty, I show you titty.
Okay, Uncle Steve. Just kidding. He's not in the family.
Anymore.
And no longer.
After the incidences.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
After I
I'm
molested
not
him.
comfortable with just having a picture of my dick anywhere, even on my own phone.
It's because you're not comfortable with your
Yeah,
dick,
I think
Alex.
I think I've gotten three from three different guys. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Brandon, but like also like
You should get a prosthetic dick and then take pictures. You'll feel a lot better. It's just like a light pink, like translucent dildo.
Oh God.
yeah. But no, that doesn't appeal to me.
I-
I've heard stories about people we knew that like growing up, like boys would like.
Well, I hope they're boys if they have penises. Well, actually, girls can have penises.
Well, it's
now,
relevant
too.
to what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They were
you gonna
we
go
were
there?
like they were like 16 or
It's
like
like, don't
17 and stuff, or like maybe like right out of high school, but like they would like wrap their dick and shit and then like send it to each other to like just like I don't even understand.
Hey, it's my dick in saran wrap. You can't see
No,
it
yeah,
because
it's
it's in saran.
it's shit like that. Like I'm not even
What is
joking.
this, Zach? Shouts out. Zach. We need him on the podcast. We need him.
He asked about it the other day.
We need to explore his mind.
Yeah, were you were there that one time we were going through Zach's old phone and we found like a dick pic, or was that Seth? It might have been Seth.
No, that he had the shaving cream on his face.
That was you, yeah.
Zach's hung too. He's fucking welling down. Yeah.
Alex.
No.
it's skipped a kid.
He's like.
Nicole has a big dick. Zach has a big dick.
He's like, picture a pinky. Now picture half of that. That is my dick. It's a micro penis.
No. Imagine an amputated thumb.
Do you guys know anyone with a micro penis?
No.
Yeah, me.
No, I knew a friend who dated a guy. He didn't tell her, and he had one.
Okay, so
Do you think you disclosed that? I don't know.
So I've heard this conversation on radio shows that like, do you have to tell them beforehand? Like you can't just like whip it out and be like,
Well, because you can't whip it out. You
Plop
just,
it out.
You just take your pants
I don't
off
think
and
it
it's
plops.
chilling there. So does that mean it's the same size all the time, or like does a micro penis like
Well,
grow
I'm just
with
sure
an
it
erection?
gets micro hard, Brandon.
I mean, you're joking, but yeah, like
That's fucked.
she was like, didn't tell me the story for like a year, and it came out in the conversation. She's like, I was really traumatized by it. I'm like, what happened? She's like, he was really hot, and I was like, oh no, oh no. He was really good looking. I was gonna fool around in my car with him, and I was like, I mean, this is years ago when we were younger, and I was
Right.
like, okay. She's like, he just, takes it out, and I didn't know what I was looking at. She's like, it was.
Is that your ball?
Yeah, were the balls bigger
And
than
she's
the
like,
dick?
I didn't know what to do. I just kind of like froze and was like, I'm like, well, did you like give him a head or anything? She's like, no, like that was into that. And I was like, oh.
That's poor fucking guy.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
shit. I was like,
honestly, like he's probably like traumatized by that.
and she was traumatized. And I was thinking, like, do you think he should have told her? I was like, I don't know.
How do you bring that up
Well-
beforehand? Hey, this is going really well. We're really vibing with each other.
I got a tiny.
I have a horribly small penis.
See, well, was it an actual micro penis or was it just a small penis? Because that's an actual like condition that guys are born with. Like he could have just had a really small dong.
Exactly. That's what I asked her.
Right.
No.
It was a micro.
Yeah, it was.
It was
because-
literally just
Yeah,
all
because
head?
she's like, I've been with guys that are smaller. She's like, honestly, it doesn't really matter if they know what they're doing. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, so that wouldn't have been a problem with me. She's like, my first boyfriend was smaller. Not a
Right.
big deal. She's like, that was legit a micro penis. And I was like,
Wow.
See, like, no, it's like half a pinky. It's
Have you
it's
never
literally
Googled
just
it?
like
Google it.
fucking.
No, why would I Google that?
Hold on, Alex, I got you.
I was like, yeah, look at
It's me. It's just a photo.
He's like, is that you?
Hold on.
It's this shirt. It's like every.
On the little boys' room, we're searching up micro penises. Oh yeah, they look like
Like little,
fucking hot dogs. Like
Yeah. See, that one's the one I've always seen. That.
Okay, yeah, that's like that looks more like a bug bite.
yeah, that's me.
You know what? I actually feel good about my dick now. I'm gonna go take some dick pics, everyone.
Like post them on.
My confidence is through the fucking roof.
Like I think there's signs because it's safe to say a large percentage of guys want to bang. So if a girl is talking with a guy and he's like trying to avoid sex, he like doesn't want to take you to bed or like sleep. Like he's just like no, let's wait. He has a small dick.
Right.
Like that there's no doubt about it. If he's trying to circumnavigate that time,
Yeah, I mean,
baby dick for sure.
easy for you to say, horseman.
I know.
Nay.
I'm like, I'll do my hand. You tell me when to stop.
Oh, me?
Yeah, well, not you, obviously.
Keep going. You need more arms. you need Goro.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
I would not. I would be like, no.
The weird thing about
Brandon, let me see your kneecap right now.
the weird thing about like when you look at your own body, the perspective makes it look weird.
Yeah.
Like that's why
There's
like
also a lot of things like your pubes. Are they long? That makes it look shorter sometimes.
I can't
oh,
talk
I got a
anymore
bush
about.
dog. It's like armor. No,
you
but
can't,
like
you can't talk anymore about dicks.
No, I would say about pubes or like asshole hair at all. No,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
we're all
No,
maxed out.
I'm just
for
kidding.
The year.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
kidding. You can
Yeah,
go
no.
for it.
Anyways, if we can not talk about my dick for a little bit,
Why not?
that'd be nice.
Are you getting a little objectified?
Because I'm literally attached to it all the time.
How do you feel about my male gaze, Brandon?
Yeah.
I feel
You
objectified.
can't even walk down the street, huh? Look at that guy and his big dick.
Every day I just try and walk down the street and I get cat
Hey, yo, what's up, baby boy?
yo, big dick.
Hey, what's up, baby boy? I bet you know how to swing that thing real good.
Like, I have a good personality. How dare you?
Bring that cane here, boy.
I'm gonna eat that dick, boy. So I heard that like gay people are like that though.
Are gay?
No, it's just like
They like dicks.
no, that they're very aggressive.
Gay people or gay men?
Okay. So this is from my coworker Jose, who's gay, and he works at Splash.
Right.
And he was telling me that like he gets groped and like catcalled a lot.
Right,
and I
Oh,
wouldn't
really?
expect that because you would think that like typically in that community they're pretty like understanding about boundaries and stuff.
No,
but
no.
no, they're pretty.
Here's the thing. a comedian broke it down. I forget which one, but he had a joke. Like, there's the not stereotype, but that idea that gets put in your head that, like, oh, gay men are aggressive, this and that, right? It's not that they're gay, it's that they're men.
Yeah.
It's the men part that, like...
That's what I said to him, too. I was like, well, I guess they are men.
Yeah,
Right,
well,
yeah.
like you think about Something About Mary, with that scene with, like, in the park in the bushes, and they just, like, suck and fuck all night. Lesbians don't do that because they're women. They understand intimacy and, like, what it means to not always be like a horn dog and fuck.
I've heard... I also have a lesbian coworker.
Well, there's the exceptions, but, like, you don't see massive amounts of them in a park with fucking
Just-
glory holes and shit.
just
Like, that's
scissoring
men.
behind
yeah.
a bush, yeah.
Yeah.
That actually happened at work. I pulled up in one of my patrol cars to a separate parking lot, and this dude naked just like, ran out of a bush.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Where was this?
At work when I was doing security.
Jesus
We
Christ.
drove the patrol car. So we have our buildings on this one street, and then we have to go up a block to go to this other parking lot we do security for. And so I pull in, and this dude was behind a bush, and I see him just run out behind his car. And then like immediately I'm like, he's on meth.
Oh, was he?
No. So then I drive the patrol car and I put the spotlight in his car and I was like, hey man, what's going on? He was like, hey bro, I can't really come out right now because I'm naked, you know? And I was like, yeah, I saw what's happening, man.
Oh, can I take a picture?
And he was like, oh, nothing, man. I'm not like doing anything weird. I was just
Naked.
I'm not doing
He's like,
anything
I was
weird.
taking a piss behind that bush, man.
Naked? A naked piss?
So then I see him like, I'm like, all right, man. Well, you got to get dressed and get out of here, like right now. And he was like, all right, man.
Well, left
So
my
th-
clothes on the bush.
So then I see a chick get up from the back seat, and you can see her back, and you can see she's not wearing anything, but like
Right.
I couldn't see like anything. So I was like, oh, they were fucking. But I was like, why wouldn't he like fuck like right behind his car? Like, why did he have to run across the parking lot?
Wait, did the girl get up in the car?
Yeah,
Well, maybe he was fucking and he left the car to go pee.
that's what happened.
Why the fuck would you run out naked, though?
Right, like
Goddamn
like
exhibitionist.
why would you like his car was like parked like there's like a little divider and then dirt and then a wall. Like, why wouldn't you just piss right there?
Right. Well, I'm assuming there was no light on the car because he parked there to fuck. Right. So, yeah, could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are strange.
Yeah, man.
Let's write a song about it.
Last night was a fucking crazy night too. There's a bunch of shit going on.
Don't really care. Just kidding. Go on.
So we talk about sprouts for 45 minutes.
Yeah. You know what I do, right? I work security for a cannabis club.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, and then after they close, we do security for the rest of the buildings, like all the warehouses. So we get a lot of people coming in, like trying to hang out and stuff. And there's this guy, and he parked behind one of these buildings that people always try and break into, or break into the cars, or like fuck with shit. So like, my coworker pulled up, and he was like, "Hey man, can I help you?" And the guy immediately was like, "Can I help you?" And he was like, "Hey man, you're on private property, like you can't be here." And the guy like just rolled up his window and put his phone up to like ignore my coworker. So my coworker put his flashlight on to strobe and just put it right into his face through the window. But then I guess the guy got into his car and like sped around all these buildings. Like it's a court, right? And there's warehouses all around, and you can go behind him and stuff. And I guess he was just like fucking trying to lose them, all fucking crazy and shit. And he like went over a curb and stuff. My coworker lost him, and then he would like park down the street, like right near our headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
So then
Dipshit.
my coworker called me, and he's like, "Hey man, come out." And so I got in the car.
Because you were at the headquarters, right?
Right. So then I got in the patrol car, and we drove up next to the truck, and the dude rolled down his window, and he's a fucking regular at the club. So it's a guy I see like 3 times a week.
Fuck.
And he's just fucking screaming. He's like, "Do I look homeless? You fuck, you fat fuck, fuck you," and blah 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 blah. And I was like,
what did you say to him? Nothing?
I didn't say anything. My coworker who was driving was like, "Hey, fuck you, motherfucker!" Just like saying
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
And like the guy's like, "Do I look homeless, motherfucker?" And my coworker's like, "Yeah, kinda." So then like my coworker just pulled out, but like I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to run into that guy and be like, "Hey man, you can't come in here anymore. Like, I'm banning you."
Nice.
Does that make you have like power?
Well,
You're banned from the
I-
campus.
You're
list.
banned.
I can tell
Motherfucker.
people that like they can't be.
They're
on
not
property.
allowed here.
Yeah, if I can make that judgment.
But then they can come on as long as you're not working, and since you're going to be leaving.
No, because I can always put it in the system.
Are you quitting?
He talked about it on the last
that's
podcast.
another long
if you
story.
listen
Oh,
to
No,
it,
so I'm not done with it yet.
There's some
Sorry.
developments on that.
Jesus.
continue.
But no, I can like register someone's name under things, so when they come in and scan, it'll say they're 86 from the property.
Yeah.
But with him, he's such a regular, and he's normally a nice guy. I'm just gonna have a conversation with him first and be like, "What the fuck was that, man?"
Do you know why he was there? Or?
No, he was just like eating Burger King and shit, and
Okay.
like on his phone. But like he was like freaking out, and I've never seen him like that. He's normally a really nice guy, so I'm just gonna have to like pull him aside and like
Hey,
ask
man,
him
what the
happened.
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, man, you're on private property. Like, why are you freaking out at us?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird one, but yeah, I did quit.
Nice. 2 weeks.
3 weeks. So at first I
Pussy.
at first I resigned immediately. Like before I even got home,
Right.
she was calling me on the phone, and like the moment I parked, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and resign immediately. I'll turn in my uniform tomorrow. She was like, okay. So then my other boss, the one who I like, called me, and he
Yeah.
was like, look, man, I need this favor. Can you like work the last 2 weeks?
I don't know. Can I get Tuesday off? Yeah.
And that's what happened, motherfucker.
Fucking what pieces of shit, dog?
Yeah, I'm realizing the people who I originally thought I had the issue with aren't the people. They were just the messengers. And now it's like the...
Don't shoot the messenger.
Right. So I'm working 3 weeks. I might stay on, depending on how things turn out after this. Because
If they treat you right.
Right. Because I do want to go back to school full time, and their schedule can work with me. And it's nice to work there because I have like 3 hours where I can just do homework.
Right.
So we'll see how it goes.
That's cool.
And the new management at the actual cannabis club has been giving me a hell of a lot of samples. And I got like $40 worth of stuff in the past 2 days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I got like these mints and some new edibles and stuff. So
Cool.
I
pretty nice.
cannot do edibles.
Oh, I love edibles.
Like that was one of our first conversations, and I was like, edibles freak me out. I cannot. And that Herb has a recorded video, motherfucker, of me high off my ass on edibles because I just took way too much. He just kept giving it to me because it's taking a long time. And
What were they?
I don't know,
Like
gummies.
gummies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it-
Gummies will get you.
And I remember like we were watching TV, and all of a sudden the TV got real slow, and I was like, "Oh, I'm very high." Yeah.
I remember watching, I think it was Futurama on shrooms, and like, do you know like the heat waves that you'll see when like, yeah, it was on the screen? I was like, fuck. Show was hella funny though.
Edibles for me are a little different now than how they used to be when I was a kid. Because now, like, it's so regularized. It's not like someone hands me an edible and they're like, hey, maybe take half. I'm like, okay. Now it's like I know exactly how many edibles and how many milligrams I can take before I stop functioning.
Right.
So with the ones now, I just take one edible because it's 10 milligrams, and that's enough to just, like, relax me.
That isn't. Like, I'll just be able to go to sleep or
Right.
whatever.
I can still drive off that.
Yeah.
If I take, like, 3... then it's like, well, I'm in bed for the next 8 hours.
5 milligrams is a nice zone for me.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I think I'm on 5 right now. Pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, you're a bigger guy, so.
Yeah.
Well, no, you took 3?
No, I took 5 or 4. 4.
You took 4 of those?
Yeah, 2, and then I waited 30 minutes and I
Okay.
took 2 more.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Herb.
Oh, fuck.
Herb doesn't really do edibles or anything like that, which is surprising because his mom has been a pothead for like 40 years. So,
Hell yeah.
I mean, she dabs more than any person.
That's when it gets bad. When you start dabbing a lot.
She's-
When you dab like more than 6 times a day.
She's one of those people that's a high functioning though. She's just been.
She dabs and
Wait,
goes shopping.
It doesn't affect her job. Doesn't affect her. I mean, she's,
Oh no, yeah, I know a lot of people who
she's
do
just fully
Yeah.
functional adult, but she's just they've grown their own plants. Herb had a classic story. Had a brownie, didn't know because he's just fucking demolished, and his friend was like, "Oh, that was not right." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "It's about to get real bad." He's like, "Okay, we're in it together, bro." And his friend just took like the rest of it. And so yeah, it was
Solidarity.
And then
Holy shit.
Herb's like, I got super hungry. He's like, I started eating ramen. I thought it was worms and started freaking out.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, oh, yeah.
See, you know what that's from? And I can tell you, when you're high, he didn't look directly at the noodles and be like, they're worms. He like wouldn't look at them because he's like trying to like not imagine them being worms. So he sees them out of his peripheral. He's like, it looks like fucking worms. And then he never looked at them again.
He describes it like he started eating it and like the texture.
See, he didn't look to confirm. High people do that. I do it all the time.
And he was just like freaked out. I was like, he woke up in the closet.
Ugh.
That's where he felt safe.
See,
I was like, no, I
you know,
don't.
like, I don't get these stories of like I got really high and then I did this and that. Like if I get to that point where it keeps on like, I fucking pass out. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna lay down and watch some shit, and then I'm asleep for fucking 12 hours.
You know what?
Like
I was high and I was so high it freaked. What got me and Herb's like, now I know. He told me what time it was, and I had no concept of time, and it felt like hours, and it was only like 5 minutes, and I flipped the fuck
I
out.
love that.
That's
though.
happened,
I
though.
love
I
it.
think one of my issues, one of my core, I like to know what time it is, like to be in control. One of the things I can control.
Right.
So not knowing that I did not know what time it was, like fucked my inner like.
Clock.
Yeah. And I was just I
Tangled some wires.
Yeah, and I was like, ah.
See, I like that because there's like freedom in not knowing and being aware. You're just like, I'm just existing now.
See, now that I'm an adult and like I just forget about all of my issues in life, I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was a kid, it was like take an edible. This
Dude.
is going on for too long, and I have to go home and see my parents, and I
Yeah.
don't want to.
It's like I have anxiety, so like it freaked me out. No, this
Right.
happened like last year, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, this is not like I was a kid. No, I was a grown ass adult that flipped the fuck out. It's not my best moment.
No,
And my
that's fair.
husband recorded it, so that was great.
I've had bad
blackmail.
trips on
He-
like shrooms and stuff. Never edibles.
Nah.
You know
Well,
what?
it's just
Actually,
passed out.
I get this weird thing sometimes where I get way too high. I get warm spots, like just all throughout my
You
body.
get hot and sweaty.
No, it feels like it's hard to explain. It feels like it starts at one focal point and then it spreads throughout your body, like the rest.
That's the euphoria, baby.
Well, no, honestly, and it feels like you're being washed over by like a wave or something. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's super good feeling, and it's like, like I have to stop what I'm doing and like pause.
Yeah.
It's like my in-laws are really good at their they've been high so many times. So like they did shrooms like a year ago, and we were over, and I was like,
Were you telling me this story?
Yeah, and they felt the need that I was the one that they needed.
You were their guide?
Yeah, to like take them outside,
You're
and
the
it felt
guru.
really good. And I was just like, why do I have to fucking do it?
Have you ever done
Playing
mushrooms?
mom?
No. I was like,
Okay.
there's no way I
So,
could.
so that's why you don't understand. Like when you're on shrooms, you just want like really good vibe people.
Yeah.
So like they're probably like, she's nice, make her do it.
Yeah, and Herb's. I was like, you don't want your son to do it? Like, no, I want you to take me outside.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let's go. Like first,
I've been there.
and then I brought the next one. I'm like, okay, let's go. And they're just like, this is great. Like, we're gonna go home and just leave them here, I guess.
Right.
And hopefully they don't run down the street
They'll be
naked.
fine.
Like,
No.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's all about like vibes you get from people. Like because I've been doing shrooms, I've done shrooms before, and like in the group of people I'm with, you don't feel comfortable, and like you just fucking freak out.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's always like you're trying to be with people that are like either on the same level or at least really friendly. So like one of our friend's sisters growing up is like one of the nicest people. And I remember one time the first time I did shrooms, me and my friend were walking down the street and she drove by and she was like, oh, do you want to get in our car? And me and my friend were like, oh my fucking God, yes. Like drive us around and talk to us, please.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was my experience with it. Well, I mean, I may try them one day. I never say no to anything, but I was just like,
I got some shrooms. Do you want to try some?
I would never trust you as my guide with anything.
I would trust Brandon as my guide through shrooms.
Would I have to be on
Me
shrooms
and,
too?
I mean,
Yes.
you know me and Brant. Have we talked about our relationship? It's
Sprouts?
just it's an
You weren't here the last time she was on, right?
No, I was in
Yeah.
SAC, I think.
Yeah.
it's complicated.
Yeah. A lot of N words.
a lot of
Jesus.
Just kidding.
no, he's why are you saying just kidding? He's called me a cunt more than any person I've ever like.
Look at it.
Brandon, you're fucking work.
Fuck that cunt.
Yeah, that's his favorite kind. Fuck you, you cunt. And he leaves. I'm like, okay, love you too. Bye.
Fucking cunt.
I will. He's like my favorite coworker though.
Yeah.
See?
The worst part of leaving Santa Clara was Brandon, and then this little bitch walks into my work the other day, and I'm like,
What's up, player?
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I think I'm gonna come here. I'm like, bitch, I told you to come here like a month ago.
I was trying like a month ago. But yeah. My favorite thing to do at work is to be mean to the quiet, nice folks. Like fucking Brittany and
Stan.
Stan.
Just the person minding her own business.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, Brittany, can you start fucking working, please? She'd be like, hi, I am. Like, hella nervous. Nah.
I used to do when I was a manager at Togo's. That's how I was with like. We had this girl named Emily, and I think she was still in high school, and she was like really shy,
Right.
just really quiet. And like when I was manager, I'd just walk out from the back and be like, Emily. She'd be like, "What?" I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Well, I think the problem with Brandon is he's good looking. He knows he's good looking. So when people don't know him and then he opens his mouth, you're like, what? This is
Subverting
I
expectations.
was like, I don't even know what this is. This is a horrifying. Yeah, there's no preparing.
See, but the trick is like you can't just be mean off the bat. Like you
Right,
have to
you have
say
to build
hi
it,
first. You'd be
yeah.
like, "Hey, can I get these tags?" And be like, "Yeah, okay." And I was like, "Thanks, you stupid bitch." Just kidding.
Yeah. I don't. It worked and stuff. I always feel kind of awkward doing that in workplaces because Apple was so like, if you said anything, you're like probably gonna get fired.
Yeah, it's tech, man. Come on.
Right.
You can't say shit.
But no, yeah, that shit just always like.
He does not hold back at all.
I think one time at Walgreens when I first started, I had one of the shift managers was like 22, and like he was like right around my age.
Yeah.
And like I just started, so I was working at the register, and he walked up to me, and I remember he like said something about like two black people, and I think he said the N-word, but like he was asking like, "Oh, did you see that?" And I
What?
And yeah, so I didn't say anything, and I was like, was he fucking testing me to like see if I would say something, or was he like just trying to be my friend? Like I don't understand.
Ugh. This is in SAC, right?
Yeah. So no,
Fuck
even
that.
even worse, it's North Elk Grove, which is Franklin Road, which is if you drive 2 minutes up the street, it becomes
Sacramento.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And South Sac is not a good area.
Yeah.
A lot of check cashing and
Parliaments.
yeah.
Is,
There was a Church's Chicken like 10 minutes away from my house.
Oh
hell
God.
yeah. Is there
Do you know
any
Brendan?
south part of the place that's good? Because South San Jose is like lightweight bad.
I don't know. The parts I grew up in were super rich, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess there's those parts for a lot of stuff.
South San Francisco, South Oakland is really bad.
South Chicago.
I thought it was just all of
Salsa.
Oakland. No?
Yeah, no, it's all no. There's white parts of Oakland.
Yeah, it's because the white people came in, they made it hipster. I got it.
Right.
That's kind of like
That gentrifying shit's no joke.
when
though.
the Sprouts course from Arizona came and visited the Oakland store.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brandon told me about this.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
They're the nicer parts. They thought, and they left all their luggage in the fucking car. And I was like,
Got fucking
I'm
jacked.
like, you're still in Oakland, you dumbasses. I was like, really? No.
They see a nice car roll up with a bunch of fucking
Oh, we're gonna steal
suitcases.
all of that. Yeah, exactly.
That's a fucking treasure chest right there. It's a
Right.
chest on wheels.
I'm trying to remember what my coworker said to me exactly, but I just remember like it being polarizing enough to where I was like what he said to be like, do I respond to this? Like,
Yeah.
I think I said the N word the other day at work to Vanessa because she's now the fourth manager.
Hard R.
Well, no, I said A. I said, hey, there's black lady. She's on some nigga shit. I don't know what her problem, I don't know what her problem is, but she's acting all like she's not worked up. Because it's like, okay, and I was like, oh wait, well, she was, so I don't know.
it's not like they can say anything because you're also black.
Exactly.
It's like, what, you gonna report me?
I was
Wait,
like,
hold
I
on.
was like,
Wait. Pam's black?
No.
Okay, good. That's what I thought.
But this does. I do have a story about this. My coworker the other day, Ryan. Yeah, I'm gonna bleep his name later. I do not.
was
fucking
you're
want to.
bleeping the name Ryan?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Who else do you work with?
I got the power.
But no, I don't like him. Every time I talk to him, he just tries to talk about pussy and like who he's fucked. Like I would see him 4 days a week. Every day, that's what he would do. One day he walked up and he was like, "I love pussy," and I was like,
and walked away.
"No," and I was like, "Oh, you're here early." Like, just like avoided
You're
it.
all good morning. Did you have some coffee today?
Right.
Like,
No, I had some pussy.
So like the other day, he did the same thing where like I went to go let him in the building, give him the key so I could leave, and he was like, "What's up, my N-word?" Like, and he's white. He's like me.
That's a,
Wait, hold on. He said, "What's up, my N-word?"
Yeah, like he said N-word.
Like-
No, I would say it if that's what he said, but I'm not going to.
So he said,
What's
in
up?
quots,
What's up, my N-word?
fucking
Verbatim.
idiot.
So then I was like, hey man, and I told him I was like, hey man, you can't like be careful where you say that. Like I get it's only us here because it's like 11:30 at night
Right.
for security, but
Right.
like just be cool with that.
Watch your fucking mouth.
But then he was like, no man, it's cool. I said it the other day in the club, and I was like, I said in front of this black customer, and she laughed, and I was like,
she laughed because you're being dumb.
that's what I said though. I was like, she probably was just like,
yeah, that's happened to
Awkward,
me.
nervous
Yeah,
laugh.
people
Yeah.
were like, yeah, they've done that. Like talking about somebody, and they'll do it. I'm just like, and people will kind of look at me because they've just said. I'm just like, wow, that was really bold of you.
Do you remember Kenny with the dreads?
Yeah, I met him at the other store.
He brought up a really good point one time. It's back when I used to steal clothes, and like No, nah.
That phase of brain.
No. Still clothes, not steal clothes. Still
What was
clothes.
that, circa 2015?
No. So, Kenny is a tall black man. I think he still had dreads then. He had dreads like down to his ass.
They're awesome.
Really, really cool guy. And like when he talked to me about this, he seemed like genuinely upset. He was like, "Man, why the fuck do all these folks have to be like, 'What's up, my man? What's up, my brother?' And like just like say those like
Yeah.
cool slang words." And I was like, "Damn, I didn't realize like folks fucking do that."
Mhm.
Like yeah.
Well, no,
I don't-
not to me, but
right.
the
Because
guys.
you're not a man or a dude.
Yeah, but
Wait, so what does he mean?
Like a white customer
oh,
would walk
to try and
he's like,
identify?
"Hey, my man, like, do you know where this is?" But like, if
Nah.
he came up to me, he'd be like, "Hey, do you know where, like?" Right,
I say brother, but like that's
I
I
say
don't.
for everyone though.
Yeah, no. I say brother in like a sense of like we're just both men. I don't do like what's up, brother. Like that does not come out of me.
Yeah,
But that's a work thing. My dad does that. Like
brother.
he'll call like he has like one for Mexicans and one for black people.
ASA.
Yeah,
Hey, Vato.
I think he calls them. He's like, "Hey, amigos," and I was
Oh,
like, "Well, the thing
no.
is, my dad worked on construction yards and like
Yeah.
precast, so like it's just
So to them, he's just gringo. See, no, like that's they'll call white folks gringos, and like there's a second word for it. I think it might be more offensive if like you know it.
Hey,
to
white
be
boy.
offensive. Well,
Yeah,
no, right. So like they do that. So is it all right for your dad to say amigos? Like fuck it, right?
Well, amigos is friend.
Right, and he's calling him gringo. If they did, which
No,
I'm assuming they
I
did.
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone gives a shit.
Right. Like fuck it.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Right. But
This is always something that I've always enjoyed. Though is like when people do have really interesting choices for those.
right.
The the racial tension based
Right.
greeting. Like my favorite is like my neighbor in Elk Grove was this older black lady, and she'd always like, "What's up, baby boy?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my favorite."
Makes you feel so warm.
It feels so good.
Hey, child.
Oh,
Yes, I am your child.
when they call you honey too, that's a
Yeah.
nice one.
Yeah, that's an old black lady thing.
Yeah, I love that.
This week at work, I actually talked a little bit of Spanish to this little kid. This like girl and her younger brother came up, and like the girl had the cart, and like the kid was like probably 3,
Right.
4 at most. I'm pretty sure 3. And they went to go buy milk, and the kid came up, and he was like, he was talking well, but still like a kid.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, some Frio," and I was like, "Oh, it's cold here. Like, you're cold?" He's like, "See, yeah." And like we just talked a little bit, and then he left. And I was like, "Oh, that was cool."
Te amo, Brandon.
Nah, it was cool. It was just weird that like I understood what he
Yeah,
said.
no, I know, but it's just like Brandon's idea of speaking Spanish. Do you understand me?
Tilamo,
Milk?
leche.
Actually, in vitamins, because what I learned is it's not just Asian people that use herbs a lot; it's a lot of people from Mexico.
Oh yeah.
So I use a ton of Google Translator where they're like, I'm like trying to translate from English to Spanish, and they're like actually like happy I can help them with that because
Right.
it's like they
Yeah.
come in like oh, my doctor gave me this, and it's like all in Spanish. I'm like, I can write this in fucking English. I'm like, I don't like. I'm sitting there like,
It fucking breaks my heart when can you put your fucking hand down, you fucking crab? You pinching gummy jewel. It breaks my heart when a customer comes up and they don't speak a word of English, and they're like trying to like
Work it out so
mouth
hard.
or hand
and
it,
it's so
and it's just like I'm trying
Honestly,
so hard.
So that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, right? So everybody hates those moments because you don't feel like you don't have that feeling. It's empathy, right? You're like,
Yeah.
this person is so fucking frustrated trying to explain to me like something so
Yeah.
simple. So my worst one, the one that I hate the most and that I wish I could learn, was sign language. Like, have you ever tried to help deaf people and like they don't
No.
have a pen and paper to try and write it down?
No.
Oh, it's so fucking frustrating because they'll try and try and try, and then eventually they just whip out their phone and then type it out and they like put it in your face.
you're like, oh, I know that happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, sorry.
Yeah, I get it with older Asian ladies a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and they're so nice and sweet, and there's some coworkers have no patience for that though, and I'm just like, how can you not?
And they get so aggressive.
Yeah, it's like, how can you like? What if you were in their shoes?
Yeah.
Like they're just trying to buy some shit. Like help them out.
Yeah, it's like in vitamins, I almost have to be because that's half our customer base.
Right.
And I have customers that come back to me because they know I'll sit there and be like, all right, let's Google Translate everything you're looking for. Like,
Right.
let's get it.
Right.
And they'll try to say it in English, and I'm just like, all right, let me just.
Yeah. Like I.
Sometimes I get there and I'm like, oh, you figure. I'm like, oh, you want a horsetail? Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a real herb.
You want
But
ox,
yeah.
I know.
ox hoof?
I'm looking for xanthan gum. That's not vitamins.
Actually,
Is it?
it's parts. Some of it is. Yeah, it depends on it. Yeah.
We sell
just-
some in grocery.
I
too.
just know.
Yeah.
I just know it for like thickening soup.
Yeah.
What fucks me up is when people come in and they ask where shit's at and they haven't even tried to look.
I might just take a gun and shoot myself.
Yeah, right in the fucking dick.
What? Like they just walk into. They walk
Like-
up to the register.
like-
Where's this?
Like you see them walk towards you and they're like,
Where's
"Where's
the
the,
pa-
milk?" And I'm like, "We're right here." You
Where's
didn't
the
even fucking look.
Where's the pasta? See that sign?
Yeah.
So okay, so
Pasta.
here's the thing about like me and like customer service. I will never ask anyone where anything is. I will look for like 45 minutes before I'm like, I have to ask someone. Like fuck that. I hate bothering people.
Yeah,
or-
no, you try and look first. That's where it is. My brother has this really good story. He was I think he was at Branham.
Okay.
And there was this like European dude, like he just walked in, like I think he saw him like put his stove out, and he like he walked in, just reeked of like cigarettes, and like he walked straight up to Derek. He's like, where's this at? It's like, bro, you just fucking walked in the store, like you're not even gonna try and look. Like what the fuck?
I mean, to be honest though, it does make the most sense so you don't have to fuck around. Just ask someone where it is, and hopefully they know right off the bat.
But like shit like butter, like where do you keep that shit at home? In the fridge, right? Check the fucking refrigerated part of the store. What are you doing?
I keep it in my pantry.
I keep my butter under my bed.
Do you know some people keep eggs on their counter? That grosses me out.
Yeah.
The fucks who keep fruit outside of the fridge, don't trust them. I don't fucking trust them. Grapes on a counter? Get the fuck out of here, you psychopath.
Sometimes we would have like a bowl of like there's like bananas and stuff, but they get used.
Yeah, and you also lived in your family, so
You lived in your family?
yeah, like we heard what your family was like.
Yeah, that was some horrifying shit, by the way. I was at home like, God
All
damn.
right. If your life was a story, the opening shot of the film would be that bowl of fruit, and it would pan out to show the family fighting. And when the film ends, it's going to end on that fucking fruit bowl.
But
zoom.
it's like a slow pan, so like it doesn't immediately show everyone. It's
Oh, yeah.
slowly backing up towards the living room, and
Yeah.
it slowly builds into arguing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
You want to direct a movie, Brandon?
Let's fucking do it.
That's a very Midsummer-esque.
I was thinking David Lynch,
Oh yeah.
fucking Blue Velvet.
See, it's so weird now that like people are like, "Dude, you had a fucked up childhood." I'm like,
You're gonna like
like
go
when
home and cry.
like
now.
how Pam's right now is like, it was hard to listen to. I was like, was it?
It was hard to live through.
Yeah, some parts where I was just like,
No, it's not even that.
I'm like,
It's
how did they not take you guys away?
my
That's
my first
Different times.
my
It's
first reaction
crazy.
is not like, oh, I lived it and it sucked. My reaction's like, it wasn't that bad. Like,
Yeah, right.
I've heard worse.
honestly,
Yeah.
because you try and rationalize it, right?
Mhm.
You try and make your own upbringing as normal as possible.
Could have been raped and murdered. If it's not that, you had a good childhood.
Wait,
What was that book? Was it about a boy or David something? Like there was a book. I think it was assigned for classes in middle school, and it was like,
a child called it? Is that what
yeah,
you're
a child called it. Yeah. Where it was like they put the kid on like a
Yeah.
fucking hot stove and shit. Crazy bitch mom. Like,
Was
Yeah.
it like a true story?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the dude wrote it about his childhood, and like his mom was just like a psychopath.
Fuck. I also
Would like lock him in the closet.
right.
Mhm.
There's also that girl, I think like Jane in like the 70s maybe, where like they found her in a closet tied to a chair.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah?
She couldn't speak.
Mhm.
What was it? Wild
Wa-
child.
Wild child, yeah.
Well, I think we saw that in psychology. Like we saw.
Yeah, I saw it in sociology.
Yeah.
That's a
Um,
fucked up story because
but
the
dude,
scientists.
she was like an animal.
Yeah, like they were trying to study her, but
Right.
the scientists were like, they got too involved, or they got involved in the wrong way and kind of like fucked it all up.
They tried to like there was
it was
some
a couple,
adoption,
right?
yeah, and like
Yeah.
and she was being transferred from home to home, and
Yeah.
like it almost felt like they were trying to just keep the money the government kept giving them as benefits to raise her.
Well,
but
and they were also trying to like gain some sort of like popularity off of
Right.
the case, right? And what they were doing. So
Well,
they
they
kind of
need-
shot
they needed-
themselves in the foot.
they needed the backing because like
And I think now she's just in an insane asylum.
Yeah,
Right?
she
Live
is,
the
yeah.
rest of her life, like taking
they
care
said
of.
she never aged past a certain mental
Exactly. Yeah.
date,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like 12 or something.
Well, that's why, not in like in interaction and engagement is important with
right.
kids. You know,
Socialization.
yeah,
What is those called nowadays? Not an insane asylum. I mean, it's not like it's 1920.
A home,
A home, right? Like
Yeah. a home or a treatment center.
there you go. I was like, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like,
Yeah.
they're living in crazy
yeah,
town.
like I'm a fucking
Yeah.
person from the
Yeah.
1920s.
But that shit's like stuck with me ever since I learned about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's weird. Like I think one of the guys who was called on like when she first was found and she was in the hospital in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
He said like he was kind of like skeptical of what it was, and then he met her and he put his hand out and she like smelled it like a dog, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
This shit's crazy. There was the very first case. There was some fucking boy in France who lived
He, like,
out in the woods.
Came
and
out of
shit.
the woods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like a fucking like Tarzan kid.
He was raised by that guy. There's a movie on it. I don't know what it's called.
It's called The Jungle Book. Is that what you're talking about?
Mowgli.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mowgli.
No, it was like an actual film they made.
I'm kidding. I know.
No, you're not. You don't know.
I thought you
humor.
meant. You really thought. Yeah, Mowgli. Yeah.
Well, I
thought it
mean,
was a
if
French
you
boy.
if you think about it, that is what Mowgli is, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure that's what that whole archetype is based on, like
Right.
the idea of the child raised outside of civilization.
Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan.
Tarzan literally fights gorillas, which is impossible, by the way.
That's a euphemism for
Um,
racism. The white man fighting the black man. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Thank you for calling black people gorillas. That's cool though.
No, I called them black men. Okay.
Is that what you said?
Well, you
yeah, I
said
said the white man fighting a black man.
Okay, well, who's the
Okay,
black man in the Tarzan
don't put
scenario?
your insinuations on what I'm saying, okay?
Okay, but like the
gotta
gorilla,
use-
who's
Brandon-
he representing?
Whoa, are you calling black folks gorillas,
Well, no,
Pam?
you are.
Listen, Pam.
You guys have to use code
Pam.
words. Guys,
Oh,
walnuts.
walnuts.
Walnuts are
Sorry.
gorillas.
These huge hulking walnuts. Fuck. Those emails fucked me up.
You have nightmares.
I'm
You're just screaming walnuts in your sleep.
on a
Walnuts,
list now.
Pasta.
Sweet sauce.
Your mom was like,
Brandon,
what the
we've been
fuck
on
is
a
he drinking?
list.
Yeah, we have, huh?
You know how many times I've had to Google? I've just like searched like the little boys' room, and I was like, I'm on a fucking list now.
What
Like, should we ever change our name?
would you change it to?
The big boys room?
The big
No.
No, that sounds even worse. We just have to figure something out.
Hold on. I'm going to look up ice cream now on these fucking list.
Wait, what?
I'm going to look up ice cream. Mary, pack your picnic basket with savings. Safeway ingredients for... Oh, it was a fucking email from Safeway. Safeway's in on it too! Gangs. Hold on.
Even fun, Brandon?
Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm skimming. Shut up.
So where's Herb today?
I don't know.
He's at work. Sorry, guys. He works Monday through Friday. That's
Poor
it.
guy.
Yeah, well, he has the weekends off, and he's
Right.
6 to 3 o'clock or whatever.
That's not bad.
Yeah, he works for like an industrial tubing company. They deliver stuff all over. He actually
Industrial tubes.
in parts. Yeah, he deleted towards a Lockheed the other day actually.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
nice,
And
nice.
they're to the space program. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Is there any closing topics we want to talk about? Because we're on 2 hours. I feel like it's time.
Sure. My mints just hit me, by the way, like 5 minutes ago.
Christ. A little late on the draw there. Fuck.
I don't have much to say. Pam, it's been fun.
Do you have more? Is that all?
No, we went off the rails, so we're good.
All right, cool.
If you want to divorce Herb, this would be the best way to tell him.
No.
on the podcast.
My
Run.
sister's gonna be divorcing soon, I think, though.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome to your new life.
I feel like divorces are like lightweight, like a good thing.
No, honestly,
Yeah.
it's because you're getting out of a toxic relationship.
don't-
No matter what the reason, Like the divorce means you shouldn't be
Exactly.
together. So it's like
And I don't understand why people say they stay together for the kids. Like that fucks your kids up.
Yeah.
at least until they're 18, and then you can fucking cut ties.
That's what your parents said. Huh? Is that why?
Yeah. Well, they began to break up when I was like 16 or some shit. So it's like, why
Brendan, that's what staying together for the kids meant. They stay together for you.
for 2 years for the kid?
They pretty much did, right? That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it would make sense to pay child support if like you left and
Gotcha.
the kid's like fucking 4. But if you're like 15 and you divorce, it's like why make the dude pay for 3 years?
Were
Like,
you
fuck
the
it.
reason for your parents' divorce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
What did you do, Brandon?
Everything, nothing. I didn't do enough.
If I was just better, we'd still be together.
Hey, Brandon,
Mama,
if,
Papa.
if only you did the dishes.
Right? Mama, Papa, I love you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Good job, Brandon.
thank you.
You broke up your parents.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. You're free now. You're thanks to me. All right. This has been Little Boy's Room.
Yep.
Pam has been here. Pam is leaving now. Alex is gone.
Yeah.
I left 10 minutes ago.
Fuck. All right. If you have topics you want us to talk about, fucking send them in.
Right.
We'll talk about them. Little Boys Room Podcast.
Little boys.
Instagram. The email that you
Send
know.
them your dick pics.
Yeah.
Oh.
Send us dick pics. We'll check them out.
I will analyze them for you.
Yeah. Pam will give her.
It doesn't even have to be your dick. Just dick pics you
Yeah,
received.
just
If you know
Online
anyone
dick
with a
pic.
micro penis, please also
send
That-
them to us.
right now.
We'll take care of them.
But please, guys, if you do email us, use code.
Yeah, use walnuts and pasta and all
Sauce.
all those
Olive.
good words.
Yeah.
Do we have a Twitter?
No, I was thinking about making one, though.
Make a Twitter. We're gonna have a Twitter. It's probably gonna be the Little Boys Room Podcast, same as our Instagram handle. All right, guys. Thank you, Pam, for coming. Thanks
Thanks.
for dealing with this shit.
Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, no problem.
Brandon really feels like my boss.
I am your fucking
You really
boss.
just made an executive decision. It was like, oh, we need a Twitter. Get on it.
And you're like, and what does that say about you? That you're like, okay.
I bent right over and I was like, okay.
Yeah, master. Yeah,
No, I think it's because I do like the social media.
Yeah, and I do all the hard work. I keep the gears turning. Anyways, thank you guys. We're gonna go now. Bye.
Bye.
You know where to reach us at. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Walnuts.